Welcome to the end of the world, ladies and gentlemen. It's your favorite legendary Pokemon. And I am here to spread God's missions and responsibilities. No, shout out to Uriel. The true Uriel. Shout out to y'all. We're here. We're here, y'all. I think somebody mentioned it in the comments earlier. There's already major news headlines about WAR, So first of all, limitless possibilities. Appreciate you, B. First of all, I just want to give all the astrologers their flowers. All you tarot readers, all you astrologers, I just want to give you your flowers because everything that's happening now is everything that you've basically been saying would happen. I almost want to say to the T. I think no time wasted at all. Capricorn's all about timing. No time wasted at all. As soon as Mars enters its sign of exaltation, boom. Congratulations for y'all who've made it, by the way. This transit talk is going in. Okay. I don't want to talk too much about, thank you, Lilac Ocean. I don't want to talk too much about Ukraine. Because what I want to maintain is that we are in the revolution of the individual. I'm going in, by the way, we're going into some serious astrology. A lot of the concepts that I've been speaking on, Lady Rainstar, what's popping? A lot of the concepts that I've been speaking on, I'm going to revisit a lot of them. Shout out to Divine RPG. Okay, we might even revisit Divine RPG real quick because that's huge. Remember, for anyone who hasn't watched Divine RPG, if you go to my World War Zero series and you go to the Divine RPG episode, you will literally see me in 2018 detail what's happening now. Detail. With the whole PowerPoint presentation and slide. If you watch that video, we are in guild wars. I referenced Jupiter and Cap and Jupiter and Aqua guild wars. Jupiter and Pisces is now a new iteration of this. Oh my God, there's so much happening. Okay, so yeah. I just want to give the astrologers their flowers. Thank you. Mars is going to retrograde in Gemini. That's going to be wild. And yeah. I don't want to talk about the fact that Russia is about to make the most gangster move of the decade already. On some real, I see you, Russia. I see you, Russia. They're like, what? You see how, Pluto ruled 46 is like, hey, if you invade, we might have to nuke you, B. We might have to nuke you, B. And Putin's just like, bitch, nobody's scared of you. Nobody's scared of you, Biden. Nobody's scared of you. I hope you know what's happening at a world stage. This is why now more than ever, you have to see how the planets are dialoguing about things. Because it's not a game. It's not a game. Okay, so listen. I don't know if Russia's about to pull the most gangster move, but here's the most important thing. This is the revolution of the individual. You are the most revolutionary part of what's happening. So I want you to kind of notice how everything that you might come to find out about world events, by the way, this Mars and Capricorn is kicking this off. And I want to show you something. Right off the bat, I want to show you the chart of where we're going. Think of social distancing. This is the end of the transit, as you can see. March 5th, 2022. The year is 2022. We have been pushed into the brink of nuclear war. And all around the world, the globe is known conflict. Could you imagine? That would suck. So yeah, other than that, I kind of want to just say that word. Nuclear warfare is on the table. Biden isn't just kind of leaking it. Nuclear warfare is on the table. You have nuclear, Pluto, and then Mars is pressing the button. So I'm not going to say that's the day the button's pushed, but it's on the table. It's hey bitch, like, oh, what's up? We can really do it, nigga. Like, this is some gangster shit that's happening right now. It's some very gangster shit that's happening right now. So before Mars retrogrades in Gemini, all I have to say is we're literally ending off the Mars transit 29 degrees. But do you see how Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sag ain't a peep in this motherfucker? Empty, son. You see how that shit is empty? You need to understand what that means, because we had the 60s, we had the 70s, bro. We had like we had like the hippie movement. We had so many movements. We had civil rights movements from the 50s. That is everything that you are influenced by today. Like the social culture of all of that today is because of all of that. It's because of the planet's tours through the social signs. So let me put this in context. Look at 2020 when the apocalypse started. Welcome to the end of the world. Why is this very important? This was when we first stepped into no social energy. You see that? And the social zodiac signs are Leo, Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio. Is it any coincidence that for the first time we were social distancing? We've never had that phenomena until all the social and everything that's happening is happening from a world stage. I need to set this up. So when I tell you that in a few short years, there will not be a land in this world that is not embroiled in international conflict. I need you to understand a revolutionary war is being fought. If you get too caught up in what the media is showing you, you have to supplement that with real people. For example, let's say war breaks out in Ukraine. The fact that most of you are getting the broadcast from mainstream news outlets through that Neptune Pisces portal, you're very uninformed. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't watch or listen to the Associated Press, but like most other wise people, make sure you know real people in Ukraine. Make sure you know people could be like, oh no, that's actually propaganda. This is what's going on. That's like standard, but more forever now. Please make sure you really know what's happening, because especially with no social energy and the only thing being broadcasted is this collective illusion, you have to be okay with understanding that what you're being told is not even a third or half true. Like, they're going to cover their bases, but like whatever narrative is being spun, you have to be very, 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 very careful. And you have to be very, very, very careful, because with all this power that's happening, the last time we had this, they used a literal corporate Capricorn, collective Aquarius, broadcast journalism channel Pisces, okay, collective perception to force people to do things. This is another round of it. This is so deep. The astrology of what's happening now, I call final showdown. For those of you who played The Legend of Zelda, remember when you had that last level of Zelda and you fight Ganondorf for Ocarina of Time, and then Zelda comes out of nowhere, shoots a bow. She shoots a literal arrow of light, motherfucker. That was Mars and Sagittarius. You know when you beat the final boss and then Zelda comes out of nowhere? Damn, shoots this nigga Ganon, and then Ganondorf has the audacity to evolve one more time to Ganon. And it's like this true like devil form. That's what's happening now. It's the final showdown. Okay, so listen, we told you. Once Mars returns into Capricorn, there's video footage of multiple people saying this. Once Mars returns into Capricorn, it is returning to the apocalypse cycle that started 2020. Welcome to the end of the world. This is the end phase. Jupiter's not in Capricorn anymore. It's in Pisces. And things happen in threes. Beginning cardinal, middle fixed, mutable end. This is the end. They're literally in front of our eyes, phasing out everything that in the beginning they told us. There's literally a study that came out now that said NI, okay, is more effective than the V for countering the Delta variant. I don't want to say that because I don't want them to strike this channel, but that's actually on the news. A lot of stuff that they said was a lie 2020, now they're backtracking 2022 because they have to phase this out before they put some more BS on you. Okay. And if you think I'm lying, bro, UK snapped first. UK was like, all right, niggas, we're done. we're not doing this anymore. Forget the mandates. Forget the mandates. We're good. Everyone else is like, UK, what the fuck? Australia was like, UK, why are you doing already? UK was like, we're good. We did this long enough, nigga. We did this long enough. This is starting to get out of hand. Okay, I'm not joking. They're going to phase this out 2022, and then Jupiter's going to go into Aries, and it's revolution. Okay, like this is very important. I'm not saying that everything's going to end. They're phasing it out. It's mutable. So like they're phasing it out and bringing something in. And the reason why this is crucial is because this is the revolution of the individual. The fight is literally the collective Saturn and Aquarius with Uranus and Taurus, which is a natural progression from Pluto and Cap to Uranus and Aries. Okay, really keep this in mind. Uranus was in Gemini and Neptune was in Aries when America had its Civil War. In 2025, Neptune with Saturn will be in Aries. Man, I'm wasting time. Let me actually show you this. As you can see in 2025, Neptune is literally crip walking into Aries with Saturn over destiny. No, I can't make this up. Over destiny. Look at Saturn just literally moonwalking over destiny, over the North Node into Aries. Boom. And then now like Venus and Uranus are like twin flame reunioning and having sex right next to Gemini. Boom. So like 2025, we're going to see Uranus and okay, this is Civil War energy. And it's very important that the Revolutionary War led into the Civil War. The most significant thing about this is the last time this country had a civil war, they didn't have corporations in Guam, in Japan, in fucking Africa, in so many countries in Africa. They didn't fucking, China wasn't conglomerating in freaking Ghana and Nigeria and like, you didn't have it. You didn't really even have the conflict in Palestine as it was established right now. Now I'm trying to sound cultured, like I know countries, but like, listen, now it's a different playing game. Now they have all these like hands in all these countries. So when civil war breaks out, and it will, it's going to break out everywhere at the same time. Okay, it's not like before in the old world where like it was more territorial. And so cultures and races and states only stayed with each other. Now people are intermingling. That's the new world, by the way. All that old traditional prejudice, it's not as simple as racism. All that old traditional prejudice and like keeping races within line, that's phasing out. It's not really a bad thing, but like the whole concept of people going to different lands, settling in different lands and intermingling with different cultures, that's beyond a new wave. Like it's already here. Like in another like 50, 100 years, like it's a wrap. It's a wrap. So like just keep that in mind because that's the Pluto Capricorn end of that old tradition, like grip. That once Pluto is in, that's going to be the whole feature of Pluto and Aquarius. Pluto and Aquarius children and Pluto and Pisces children mostly are biracial. Like they have a combination of like every race. That's why they're going to be unique. That's why a lot of them are going to be baby geniuses. But like other than that, it literally ends with the Pluto Capricorn generation. Like I'm trying to tell you, like that whole. So other than that, it doesn't mean that won't happen. By the way, and it doesn't mean that you can't establish it if you don't want to. Like there still will be like that, but this is everything that you're going through now is preparing for this international conflict. And so now that we're in the collective, and it all breaks down to classism. Now that we're in this collective conflict, and as you can see, 2025, it's going down. Okay. You need to understand how this is all revolutionary. This is all a revolutionary war. And that's why I'm saying if it takes the news to let you know we're at war, they already got you, B. You are already got. Listen to me. Please make sure like the whole, let me show you the end of this transit. By March 5th, because this is the last time I can really say this, like it's going down now, guys. Like there's really nothing else that could be done. It's legitimately going down. So by March 5th, 2022, at the end of Mars in Capricorn is sponsoring Aquarius season and Pisces season. So the first part of Mars in Capricorn, thank you, Jacob. The first part of Mars in Capricorn is this knowledge acquisition. You are gaining mental strength as you literally stay hard, as you literally grow your power. And then it goes into Pisces, where you gain experience of the knowledge you're gaining, and the power reaches its peak. This is literally you stepping into the tuxedo of your higher, greatest self. And by 29 degrees, it's with Venus, you're zipping up that tuxedo, and it's past Pluto. You are about to step into the most significant power awakening of your entire life. We've never seen Mars with Pluto here. You know everything that I'm saying is the truth, because the last time this happened, well, we had lockdowns all over the world. You couldn't travel anywhere. They told you what you couldn't do, and you believed the lies they told you as the truth. And they might do it again. They might do it all again with the whole remixed variant. I don't know. I don't know the future or anything, but I will say, this is a lot of shit. All right, look. So it's happening again. It's happening again. But what makes this more significant is that when it happened to you the first time, you were literally awakening a whole new response to collective events, superpowers. This coming back around is you literally crystallizing your greatest power. It's not like 2020 literally sowed the seeds. This is now literally completing what you've awakened. And so I want you to look at Mars. You see Mars 29 degrees? I want you to look 2 years ago. March 21st, 2020, the apocalypse began. So I want you to understand that this is the end of the world. Your infrastructure is over. Your culture is done. Some of you are desperately clinging to culture. Some of you are desperately clinging to like dating culture. Like, why don't people date the way they're supposed to? Bitch, the world is ending. What the fuck do you mean? Everybody is literally trying to process new phenomena in light of course, technological rollouts and entertainment rollouts to trap your brain. And I'm not saying that entertainment is bad and technology is bad. I'm just saying that it's being used to distract you in a certain sense, which is what they always been. But like, it's the literal end of the world. Like every single tradition and concept that you've ever known is unraveling in front of your eyes, and you're doing everything to escape and deny this. You cannot run from this. And some of you are on fucking Bumble. Like, why can't I find the one? Do you know they kidnap people on these apps now? What are you doing? What are you doing? I feel like this was your sign. Like, the universe has given you a huge direction. Like, this is what you're meant to be doing. Okay, I know they're telling you this, but this is what you're meant to be doing. Do you know you watching me right now are the single most important part of this revolution. It is the revolution of the individual. I'm not trying to gas you up. I'm really not trying to gas you up. It's literally you. You have a cumulative, first of all, you have a lineage. You have a whole genetic lineage. You have a cumulative experience of a whole lifetime that offers unique perspective that only you can offer. And you're awakening superpowers. So, like, I want you to see, we're literally at the end of the world. We literally sparked this concept off, this cycle off. And I want you to look at Mars. Mars took its time to go through because it retrograded in Aries. But like, look, I want you to see how Mars is traveling. Then it goes back in Aries. You adjust to this new power. It's like, oh, wow, I can turn Super Saiyan now. And then boom, you're moving forward. It's traveling. Oops. Okay, I want you to see this is 2021. Okay, September 2021. It's now at the other side of the zodiac. And bam, we're back. March 5th. This is literally your power touring the zodiac. It's also an alien probe that through this actually toured through our social world in order to analog and log our response to these events so that now that it's back, we can get effed even harder. I mean, we can be protected and build back better and get back to normal. So here's the thing. Shout out to Kate, shout out to Chaos, shout out to Coach Cito. Please don't mind my rhetoric. I do want to say though that the progression of Mars coming back around when it goes over Saturn in Aquarius, is the parable of the talents. I made sure to say this. Thank you, Christelle. I made sure to say this at the beginning, 2020, because 2020, your higher self gave you some talents. It crystallized everything since like 2010 you learned. And it's like, okay, this is what you can do. Go do it. You either let yourself get distracted and you gave your power away, or you actually grew you actually grew those talents. You actually grew those talents. And please make sure you did, because your higher self is a gangster. It's not in Cancer. Actually, see, Saturn and Cancers are gangsters. 50 Cent. So I'm not trying to hate on Cancer. It's just Cancer. Cancer is more nurturing. Like, Cancer is gangster, but Cancer will still understand you. Be like, look, I get you, right? No, this is an Aquarius Capricorn. Like, it'll shoot you in the face. Like, listen, you had 2 years, nigga. Like, thank you. Like, we're back. What did you do with these talents? Like, that. This is literally the plan and assessment. And you, Gucci, you literally, opened up so much and awakened so much. So I kind of want you to see this as a whole tour through the zodiac, and it's returning. I'm going to say this one more time. It is incredibly significant that Mars is returning. By the way, Mars is the only planet to return back to that apocalypse spot. Jupiter is going to return there in 12 years. Pluto's not going to return. Pluto's going to return there in like another 200, 300. And Saturn's not going to be back for another 30 years. So it's incredibly significant that pestilence kicks this off. Pluto. And we all know what that did. It's not over, by the way. But Mars, which isn't just coming back, like Mars going through, it went into Aquarius and Pisces. Washington literally got taken over by some militia group. I can't make this up. It was an autonomous zone, and then it retrograded in Aries. Then there were protests. Then it went into Taurus. There was the Capitol riots. And then it went into Gemini toward the social realms. Literally, this is where we saw like the Taliban, Palestine. So it's not that war hasn't been happening. And this is why I'm trying to say the revolution is with you. If your only source of knowing what's happening out in the world is the mainstream media, you're done. You're done. You're really done. Because the level of decisions you have to make is life and death. You can't be following false narratives out here. It will get you killed. That's literally what happened 2020. People were following false narratives, going out and protesting, and they didn't make it back home. So like, it's like that, but now the universe is, you've been tested, right? You just like everyone else has gone through this. People are picking sides. People are picking sides more than ever. So now when you go through this next level, there's no more excuses. Like, there's no more excuses. Everybody saw the same thing you saw. It's called Sagittarius season. So what you do with it defines your character. It's called Capricorn season. And we know what's up. That's called Aquarius season. And it's happening. It's going down. That's called Pisces season, which I think is going to be very terrifying because we're going to have the most significant lunar cycle ever in life. And literally, Mars exits Capricorn right after that. I'm talking about March 2nd, 2021. So I'm just letting you know that like it's incredibly significant that Mars is returning back to it's the only planet to return back to this and set everything up. That's all it was. It was preparation. It was setting everything up. And now we're here. The next horseman, the first one was pestilence. The next horseman is here. War. First of all these people all you people who've been working out in the gym and doing this CrossFit or the MMA or you were retired military or you just been in the shooting range, like I just wish somebody would. You motherfuckers have been waiting for this shit your entire lives. That's just the masculine report right there. Even in many women, there's a woman in the shooting range too. Like, this is what's weird about this. At a collective level, people want war more than ever. People are so tired of the humming drum that everything that you might think on the surface is bad about these things might actually be the best thing to happen collectively. So please know, like, every single person all over the world wants smoke. Every single person all over the world has been brainwashed for 2 years and has been bottlenecking so much aggression and gaslighting, whether in front of the computer and or in real life in their jobs. And it's like we're at a unique period where every single person in the world wants smoke. Like even the peaceful monks, like even the peaceful people who are like, I'm too good, like they want smoke too. Let's just make sure we're clear. If you don't believe me, go out tomorrow morning. As soon as you wake up, go out tomorrow morning and just look at people's eyes and be like, I wish a nigga would. 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 Even the 2-year-olds like, go, 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 go. I wish a nigga would. Like, I swear to God. I swear to God. Even the people who are like, hey, how you doing? I'm good. I just wish a nigga would. All right, you have a good day. Like, I swear to God. I swear to God. I'm not playing. Everybody is war ready. Like, you have no idea. You have no idea. Even motherfuckers who don't even know what they're doing, even the crazy motherfuckers, like they're just like, well, we knew this was going down. Like, what's up? Okay, like it's not a game. It's not a game. Literally, Virgo season was preparation. So, like, don't be like the squirrel who didn't prepare for the winter. Like, you're done. You're done, son. Unless you have superpowers, and still that might not really work or help. So, like, there's so many layers to this show. Hold on, I told you I was gonna go in. I told you I was gonna go in. We don't miss transit talks. We don't miss on transit talks. Listen. This is it. There's so many layers. I don't even want to talk about war. The only thing I want to mention with that is don't let your news coverage. I'm not saying that you shouldn't watch the Associated Press. I'm saying that should just be one of the many sources you have. Like it shouldn't just be the news because them motherfuckers is lying to you. Like every they even have paid control op. So like they have these outlets who fight these outlets and they have countering opinions, but all them niggas is lying to you. All them niggas is owned by the same like 2 or 3 niggas. Like don't like you have to watch it, but you don't have to. You have to watch it. You have to watch it. And I hate to say this, but you have to watch that not seriously, but you have to read the Babylon Bee seriously. They didn't sponsor this, but like satirical news outlets somehow are kind of more serious than the real news, which is really just a production. So just keep that in mind. I didn't want to go full on conspiracy here, but it's very pivotal about how you treat collective broadcasts. So like Gemini is an individual opinion. Virgo is going to the bar and just watching 3 people tear your outfit up. Like, nigga, you don't know how to dress. Like, oh my gosh, your shoes look horrendous. Oh wow, where did you get that shirt? That's Virgo. Okay, that's the critical. So it happens socially. Okay, and then Sagittarius is a room of people philosophizing. Like, I believe this person should go to jail. Okay, but Pisces is the collective broadcast. We need to break this down. Pisces is powered by Capricorn, okay, the corporation, and then it's Aquarius, the network, okay, and then Pisces is the collective broadcast, the production. This is so important because Neptune is here in 2012. Shit's just getting stranger. Shit was already weird, okay, coming in 97, 98, but then the media just got stranger. 2012, like it's very interesting, and it's very important because Jupiter's coming through, and so this deception of corporate collective media broadcasts will be at an all-time high and the greatest. And if you do not know who you are and you don't truly know what's happening, you will be convinced to believe a total lie. You'll be seeing it. They'll be showing you. But it'll be a complete illusion. It's actually not anything that hasn't already been happening, but like this is the culmination. This is so very important. Aldebari, I know. And it's like if you don't really know yourself, you may, because everything that's happening, people can't really force you what to do, but if they can force your hand, they can influence you to make decisions against who you are and what you want to do. A lot of you have literally been faced with that. And so the collective test has been having people pick sides. Like, do you maintain your integrity or do you not? And listen, maintenance of integrity is not easy. It's actually the most difficult thing. That's why it's ruled by Capricorn. That's why Capricorn is the GOAT, because only the greatest of all time maintain integrity throughout the entire ordeal. Thank you, MS. So I just want fake alien invasion. Yep. I just want you to, they literally have that in the cut. They got the theologians like, so if we kind of reveal alien information, how will these fanatics, I mean, believers, I mean, people who have faiths understand. So they literally have that in the cut just in case, like, oh shit, it's not working. Kill it. Have a cop kill another black person. That's not working anymore. Bring out the aliens. Bring out the aliens. But we let them know about UFOs. They didn't care. I don't care. Bring out the aliens. Like that may happen this season. Like we're in Aquarius season, so it's square Uranus. Like I'm just saying. But other than that, pika 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 pika, meow meow. So here's the thing. Rose all day. That sneaky Scorpio is a 12th house Scorpio sun. You can't sleep on 12th house Scorpio suns. They're some of the most clever wizards of all time. Seriously, it's not a joke. He's already been in office for like 2 terms. So like these are people who have their hands very deep in the government. But this is why I'm saying you can't. A lot of people only think they know what's happening because of what's being broadcasted to them. And if you knew what's actually happening, it would be so far off from what's being collectively broadcasted. Here's the thing. All that's being revealed anyway. It's already been revealed. And here's the bittersweet thing. A lot of you are saying, like, when is the truth going to come out? When is the truth going to come out? And that's really dangerous. Asking when the truth is going to come out is presupposing that at every step of the way, the truth hasn't been coming out. The whole notion that censorship is at an all-time high, what is getting censored? So it's not that when will the truth come out? It's what are you sourcing your information? Like some of you are waiting for a pathological liar to tell you the truth. It's like, look, I know this person said this. I know this person said this. This person actually showed me proof, but until this person says it and these people who have only had a track record for lying, that's it. This is where the world is at. The mainstream news media is like somebody who cheated on you. And you're like, yo, my friend showed me pictures of you making out with someone at the bar. And that person and that toxic partner is like, that's fake news. They doctored the photo. Like, that's not true. You don't have proof. And like, you see the proof on their neck. They're not even really trying to hide it. They just get a bunch of their experts to be like, oh no, that person who even told you that isn't even from here. Like that doesn't even have anything to do with the facts they showed. Like that's what's happening. Gaslighting. Okay. So I'm not here to demonize that because that has its role in the grand scheme. But in order to fully, I can't even go into this transit first because I want to show you here. Look at this. There's no social energy. Okay. This is the revolution of the individual. So like the whole concept of social distancing, we are literally reaching the end of all socio-cultural influences and trends. You're seeing everything wrap up. You're seeing all these legacy pieces come because it's over. Yeah, there's going to be a new beginning, but it's over. I had a fascinating reading with someone born in 95, and it reminded me how 95 is so crucial. 90s are the GOATs. 95 are legends. 94, 95, like all of y'all with Saturn in Pluto. Sorry, Saturn in Scorpio. Saturn, that's 84. Saturn in Pisces. All of y'all with Saturn in Pisces, 93, 94, 95. You're next up. I wanted to really speak on this first layer right now of war because that's pressing. And the most important thing is, and every year has a role, but the most important thing is You're about to get hit with a storm of media bullshit. And you have to tune in. This is why I said, listen, remember who you are. You are still alive. There's like everyone around the world has collectively awakened the next level of psychic ability. So there's really little to no one who isn't psychic. There's little to no one who's really a muggle. There's a lot of people who internalize their experiences and live this whole like separate life that whatever. So here's the thing. There is an internal, thank you, Amber Sky. There is an internal compass that you must follow, that as dark as it gets, we are in the revolution of the individual. The revolution of light is going to be heralded by Pluto Aquarius 2023, Neptune in Aries 2025, and Uranus in Gemini. That's when, and we're in the new age. That revolution is being heralded by every child born after 1995. All the Saturn Aries, all the Pluto Sag, this generation is coming of age over the next 15 years, and they're going to fill political seats and offices. They're going to restructure with, of course, us in a higher position as older than the new society coming into the next 17 years. It's a crucial period. So if you were born from like 84 to 95, okay, you have Saturn in Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, or Pisces. You came here to fuck shit up. You came here to fuck shit up. Pluto Libra, like what, 73 to 85, literally came here to balance everything out. They're like, these newer people are weird as hell. Like, ask anyone who was born from 73 to 85. They think we're all fucking crazy because we're a little crazy, but they think we're all weird. They think we're all weird. They make fun of us all the time. They call us millennials. Like the Gen Xers think we're weird as fuck, people. Ask them in the chat right now, okay? The boomers and the Gen Xers think we're weird as hell. And like we kind of are, because we came to fuck shit up. Like we didn't like the last normal generation was the Gen Xers, and them niggas were not normal too. Like them niggas were the last ones to kind of like get the old generation, but teeter into the Scorpio shit. Like, tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Thank you. So they balanced it. And if you're Pluto Scorpio, you did not come here to do anything normally. Seriously, by the time we step into 88, your North Node is in Pisces. So like you're on some other shit, or you're weird as hell because it's in Aquarius. Like, stop, don't play with me. Or it's in Capricorn on Uranus, and you're born 91, 92. You're weird as hell. All you motherfuckers are weird, by the way. We're all supernatural. I'm weird. It's me. I'm niggas. Like, I'm talking about myself too. Okay. And there's a reason for this. You are expressly here to fuck shit up. Literally. Pluto is destruction in Scorpio of destruction. Like everything that's not pure. Think about how Pluto Scorpios have been behind cancel culture or behind all of this exposing of what's going on. You're not here. You're literally here to destroy the world. Like, I don't know what else to say. And so having that Plutonian signature, Saturn represents, okay, what's your karma? Well, you have collective karma. It's not a coincidence that at the end, Pluto Scorpio, okay, we have Saturn finishing out its karmic cycle. So that means you specifically were born to have responsibility over the collective. 84 and 85 is unique because they have Saturn with Pluto, and so it's strictly social karma. Before everyone born after like late 88, 89, 90s to 95, y'all have collective karma. Y'all are world rulers. You are rulers of the world. And it's not on some ego shit, because everyone born after 95 has individual karma. They have Pluto in Sagittarius, and so Saturn restarts the karmic cycle from Aries to Virgo. The astrology of this is lit. Like, when I learned this, like I be going in on them readings now, seriously, because then Pluto goes into Capricorn 2008 to 2024, and where does Saturn go from there? From Virgo back to Aquarius. So all the Pluto Capricorn kids are going to take what Pluto Sagittarius sparked, because they're going to literally spark a new way to look at science, philosophy, superpowers, culture. They're going to literally individually spark these concepts, and then Pluto Capricorn is going to build in that new social world. Boom. And that's that cycle. So you had Pluto Libra, Pluto Scorpio, and that's going to be Pluto Sag, Pluto Capricorn, and then of course Pluto Aqua, Pluto Pisces. Now listen, 2023, Pluto Aqua babies are going to be born. It's over for us. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. The celestials are awakening. We're done. It really has been nice knowing you. But I wanted to show you that cycle. Pluto Libra, Pluto Scorpio, Pluto Sag, Pluto Cap, Pluto Aqua, Pluto Pisces. And the dasha we're in is now activating Pluto Sag and Pluto Cap. 2010 was the 12-year cycle that evolved Pluto Libra and Pluto Scorpio. Pluto Libra came into their power. If you don't believe me, just watch any season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Kim killed that shit. Kim Kardashian killed that shit. All the Pluto, Lil Wayne, like they had their eras. Like, did you think that was a coincidence? Like Pluto Libra stepped into their power as Pluto Scorpio was awakening. That Pluto square transit is what steps you into your power. Straight up, I'm not even trying to like cap. 6'9" is 96. You motherfuckers got 6'9". Good luck with that. You motherfuckers got 6'9". And 6'9" is, listen, y'all are not gonna like this, but Drake is of our generation. 6'9" is y'all Drake. I'm sorry. 6'9" is y'all Drake. It is what it is. Drake is Cancer moon. 6'9" is Capricorn moon. 6'9" is Taurus sun. Drake is Scorpio sun. And they both top charts. This is why he has a lot of money. He has all the full power of Taurus wealth. He gets fucking stacks. That's y'all Drake, nigga. Good luck. At least y'all have Lil Baby. At least y'all have Lil Baby. Don't worry. It's not bad. Y'all have Lil Baby. Y'all be all right. Y'all got Kodak too. Y'all be all right. But listen. Hey, yo, that's hilarious. Nigga, we have a Drake and the Weeknd and the Kendrick and the J. Cole, nigga. Niggas ain't fucking with us. Niggas ain't fucking with us. I'm sorry. Y'all got a Corday, though. Y'all got Corday. Y'all be all right. I'm not even gonna hate. Y'all be all right. But listen, we got a Taylor Swift. So, like, I don't know what else to tell you, motherfuckers. Like, it is. No, my bad. But and we got Adele. But whatever, it is. My bad. So, like, look. Besides these generational seeds that I'm fucking, like, sowing, because the new gen got some heat, too. They kind of late bloomers though because of all this, you know, lying and corporate backstabbing. But oh, see, y'all got Weird Al. Weird Al is a fucking legend. I literally booked tickets for my birthday to see Weird Al. Y'all got some classics. Y'all got Michael Jackson. We good. See. Because then the 50s and 60s be like, bitch, Aretha Franklin, like, don't play. See, so, like, listen, we can play that game right there. Hold on. Listen, what I'm going to say is the most important thing ever. You're going to see the 60s, and because there's a lot of legacy. Capricorn energy is a lot of legacy pieces. Okay, you're going to see, like, LeBron being compared to Michael Jordan. We got LeBron, by the way. You're going to see LeBron being compared to Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? So, look. The 60s and the 70s are classics. You feel me? Like, the 70s are classics. The 80s are amazing, okay? They're going to talk shit. They're going to tell you that it's them, and they're basically the best. Like, they're basically there. But listen, the 90s is the greatest. I'm just letting you know that right now. This is the greatest decade of all time. And, like, I know it's not really compelling. And, you know, really, it's 90, 91. Okay, 88, 89, we see you. 88, 89, we see you. But it's really 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95. Sorry, we don't claim you niggas. Like, it isn't it. Y'all cool, though. 95, y'all cool. 95, 95, you cool. You cool. But 96 and beyond, I'm sorry. Like, we don't really claim you. But, like, we see you, though. You 90s, but, like, we don't really claim you like that. But it's really, like, 90 to 94, and we fuck with 95. So I had to say this. That's it. Like, that's them the goats. Them the goats. I'm sorry. Them the goats. It is what it is. Anything after 96 is like way advanced and not even from here. Like it's just on a whole nother level. Them motherfuckers are super weird. Okay, like they don't even count. It literally just ends like 95, like 94 and then 95. Like I swear to God, like I just broke down the mystery of life to you. It is what it is. But the reason why I have to reference Pluto Scorpio is collective karma. All of you are coming into your collective karmic Saturn returns. I want you to understand how what's happening now is preparing for future generations to be born. And so 2010 was the cycle, okay, where Pluto Libras finished their Saturn returns, and now Pluto Scorpios came into their Saturn returns. This is so very important. Literally, out of all the Pluto Scorpios, 91, 92, 93, I want you to confirm if what I'm telling you is correct. You niggas got the short end of the straw. You are fucked. Oh, y'all are fucked. Y'all got the short end of the straw. I'm sorry. Like all of us, okay, so all of us from 83 to 95, like we all had the straw, like not it. And then we all took the straw, like, look, we're not dealing with that Pluto Scorpio karma. We're not dealing with that Pluto Scorpio karma. Who's going to deal with it? Pluto Aquarius got the short end, like, fuck. Now all the Pluto Aquas know all the darkness of the old generation. And as kids, they're like, Mom, Dad, I don't think we should do this. Mom, Dad, I don't think we should do this. And they're like, shut up. And now guess who has to deal with it? You niggas. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Because at least Pluto Capricorn has the sextile. And then, 90, 88, 89, 90, we got the sextile to Pluto. So like we see how bad it is, but we skirted through. Our Saturn return happened right when the apocalypse started. So we skirted through. A nigga graduated right when the shit happened, right? I didn't graduate like right after. So I'm like, oh shit, that was dope. But then Pluto Aqua, y'all got that whole Pluto square. Hold on. Let us have a moment of silence for Pluto and Aqua. 91, 92. Let us have a moment of silence. We're sorry. We are sorry. It's not fair because 93, 94, 95, we see you, nigga. Y'all got the Plutotron. Y'all got the Plutotron and Saturn. So it's like, dude, all Saturn and Pisces, tell me I'm lying. All Saturn Pisces people are going to do is they're going to look at all the older generations and be like, you're trash. You're trash. You're trash. You're trash. You're trash. We cleaning up your trash. You're trash. You're trash. And this is why you're trash. And this is why you're trash. And this is why, like literally all of the synthesis, all of the articles, everything is just going to be a full final. They're already saying it now. And this is why you're trash. And this is also why you're trash. Like straight up, Pluto, Neptune, Pisces, Saturn, Pisces, y'all are lit. Y'all are lit. They're literally closing the entire cycle out. So when their Saturn return happens, Jupiter is starting a brand new cycle, which is evolving the Saturn in Aries. The reason why I know this is because I read charts for years. Like after reading like thousands of charts, you start to pick some shit up, and some shit just kind of. And I'm not the type of person that likes to look at planets in the future because I want to kind of be surprised. But oh my god! So here's the thing. All of this is to prepare for 96. Everyone born after 96 looks at us like we're fucking stupid because like they were born semi-awakened. Like all these kids too, they're telepathically planning revolution and like no one knows because we're dealing with all these world affairs right now. So like I just need to let you know a whole wildfire revolution is here. You see it happening in their culture, like in TikTok and music and all of that. It's on. It's on. So like once that kicks in, okay, like Uranus and Gemini, Neptune and Aries, it's on and popping. Pluto and Aquarius, it's on and popping. The alien babies are going to be born. So here's the significance of this. The next Jupiter cycle that we're coming into, mind you, 2010 to now was Jupiter coming from Pisces back to Pisces. What happened during then? All the totalitarian dictator babies were born. All the boss babies were born. These people are 5 years old and they have like a pension plan that is killing yours right now. They have the apps. They have all. They're all dictators. Like you're not going to be able to tell them what to do when they're in their 20s. Like you're not. I'm not going to say they're going to have stuff figured out, but you're not. It is what it is. They were born over the past 10 years. Like Pluto entered Capricorn 2008, so their parents had to evolve. Okay, this next go around, Pluto Aqua babies are going to be born. And it's going to be terrifying. The reason why it's terrifying is The babies who are born now, their births trigger collective events. And as the newer generation of kids are born, the collective events that release because of their birth are far more extreme. This is like a transpersonal element of the magic of birth in the cycle of life and death that complicates things. It's like the white noise that's going to influence why shit's going to get super crazy. But it's not as simple as that at the same time, too. At the other end, Pluto Libras finish their Saturn returns coming into the last Jupiter cycle. And what we started to see when Jupiter entered Aries 2011, Saturn was coming out of Libra, and now the Pluto Scorpios came through their Saturn returns. It means that we returned our motherfucking power. Why is it significant that Pluto Scorpios are returning their power? Because they're here to fuck shit up. They're here to destroy everything so that Pluto Sagittarius can create the new world. Let's put that in the context. Let's actually literally put that in the context. I want to go back to 1995 real quick, because you literally see in 95 these glorious children being born in 96 really. And I want you to know how Pluto is in Sag. And so this is why 95, 96 is important. Those of you who with Pluto Sag, but Neptune in Pisces, you're generational bridgers. So 2023 to 2025, you're getting ready to gain the baton pass through a Saturn return, and you are going to create the concepts. The difference between you and people with Pluto Sag, Saturn Aries is very pivotal. 95, 96, y'all have Pluto flirting with Sag. So you're creating the new world. This is the full-on end of the old world. And with 95 into 96, Saturn is coming into Aries out of Pisces. So y'all are creating the new world, and you're like, y'all are trash. Okay, this is why all of you are trash. Bad old generation. You guys screwed everything. We literally had to fix all your mess. But really, it was Pluto and Aquarius that had to backlog all the knowledge. Like Saturn Aquarius has to backlog all the knowledge just so Saturn and Pisces can now synopsis that clear that up. And Kamal asked a very important question: can we talk about Mars and Capricorn? And I have not even started this Mars and Capricorn transit talk yet. It's just I can't. Because if you don't have the context of what happened in 95, when the whole new generation of children that walk amongst us are born, you're not going to understand why now in Mars and Capricorn, like you literally, Capricorn is I use, Mars is action. This is literally the action of using your superpowers. So like the sun coming there was the power pack to charge it. And Mars is you literally, like everywhere Mars goes in a chart, it sets stuff off. So contemplate. And I like the documentary that I saw. Contemplate how Venus moved back and Mercury moved back and Mars is going to come and they all move forward. A lot that's been delaying is everything is moving forward. Like the next wave is here. It's war. So please understand. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. Because someone referenced the Uranus conjunction in 95 with Neptune. And that's something that's understated. 95, 96, 97 have the most psychically powerful people of all time. If you have Neptune like at the last 3 degrees of Capricorn, you're terrifying. Like you're a level of psychic that the world around you will never really understand because you only exist in science fiction. You've literally been gaslighted your whole life to believe that your entire existence only exists in fantasy. And that's kind of weird because I feel like it's some kind of like hidden hand shit where like certain people feel that muggles and then other people are kind of introduced into society, a secret society, which is weird because I don't really believe in muggles like that. But this is so very, yes, of all time, the most psychic people, anyone who has, because there's Neptune in Scorpio, y'all like the 60s and 70s are the most psychic people right now because they have the experience. But the people who have Neptune and Cap, by the time they're your age, it's a wrap. It's going to take them longer to develop it. Like the people who have like Neptune and Scorpio and Pluto and Uranus, they have had like 40 years to develop their psychic abilities. So no one is more psychic than people born in the 60s. Like people in the 90s And the 2000s are more psychic, but they haven't had a divorce. They haven't had their hearts broken. You know what I'm saying? They're growing up fast, but like they haven't had the life experience of raising children and grandchildren to develop that. So they're more psychic, but potentially, oh yeah, 97, 98, 90, y'all are the most psychic people. So I mean 96, 97. So that conjunction is very important. That exact conjunction is where it's the crystallization of this conversion in reality of the causal realm, Aquarius, and the astral realm, Neptune. So this is very important because that going in, Uranus going into Aquarius is a very major feature of the next gen. Okay. This is 96. This is what makes this the new gen. If we look at 96, like coming into middle of 95, Pluto retrogrades back into Scorpio, but there's that sextile. What makes the new gen is Pluto and Scorpio, and they both retrograded, right? But this is why 95 counts as the new gen, because for a split second, even though they had Saturn in Pisces, they ended the karmic cycle, but they started the new gen. And the reason why I have to talk about this is Jupiter is getting ready to come out of Pisces, and Saturn's getting ready to come into Pisces. So all of this energy right now is revisiting 95, like 93, 94, 95. And the thing that's really important about this is by the time this actually goes in 96, Uranus and Aquarius is a key distinction of the next gen, because now this changes the game in claircognizance. They're all claircognizant. They're all cosmically telepathic. And it's redundant to say because it applies to everyone in a sense. You just don't got it like they do. You will never have it like they do. They're on a whole nother level. So this is where this is the most important part. Everything that I want to talk to you about Mars and Capricorn is superpowers. You are getting ready to fundamentally transcend Jupiter and Pisces, your entire existence, through the utilization of greater superpowers into your life. Honestly, for some of you, what that looks like is you're sticking to a workout regimen and now you have a shredded body by May because you actually stuck to it. That is a superpower. It's called consistency and commitment. So like, I want to challenge you though to kind of accept that this is the next advent of human consciousness mixed with technology, and like you're using fucking superpowers. Like I don't know what else to say. Your kids are already doing so. So like if you have children, you know what I'm saying is no cap. It's all cap because it's all based on Capricorn, but it's no cap because you see your children having high levels of telepathy, precognitive dreams. You are too, but this isn't just the basic level of superpowers. This is the fully individualized awakening and evolution of your greater being as an avatar of your greatest potential. And the unique facet of this is with the turn of the century and the Saturn returns, as those of you with collective karma from 84 to 95 return your power. This is what the South Node in Pluto is the cap for. This is now unlocking the supernatural energy that couldn't course through you before because your body was still growing into this. There's a certain intensity of energy that courses through you that if you have not broken through certain psychological traumas, you'll fucking go insane. Like you'll go super crazy. And Pluto Scorpio was the one generation that had to take its time. That's why the opposition is Taurus, because a lot of y'all have been super traumatized and a lot of y'all are super psychic. You notice Pluto Sag just finished theirs, but Pluto Sag did not start their Saturn return cycle. So they unlocked it first because they're ascended fire. The God signs can go through theirs younger. Scorpio is in a very unique position where it's the end of that social axis, but it's like a baby god. So a lot of you in a demigod way, or a lot of you in unlocking this pure energy, are getting ready to harness more energy than normal. You'll know this is true because maybe you don't need as much sleep. You don't need as much food. It's very subtle, but it's not. It's all manifesting in your body. If you were born before Pluto Scorpio, you already awakened your power. And now you're just advancing your skills, which is lit. Like y'all are on another level. And then if you're born after Pluto Scorpio, you're already on another level. So like you're not awakening what we're awakening because you were born at the God level, which is lit. Which is lit. That's crazy. That's crazy that I just even said that. And it's true. It's been crazy. It's been crazy. I was never asked. I should have asked. I never asked. So like, here's the thing. The sun just went through Capricorn. This turn of the generation is not only returning this power, but it's putting you in a position to conceptualize why literal superpowers are awakening. And the first time Mars went through this was during the apocalypse cycle. Well, now it's coming back around. Now it's gone through all the signs. And so you've learned everything you have to learn to converge and literally use superpowers. Like, you know what your superpowers are now. We're in Aquarius. You're coming into the knowledge of what your superpowers are now. So listen, you are literally right now with the North Node 29 degrees Taurus. You literally right now. Okay, like my Mercury is 29 degrees Taurus. Like, I'm the messenger to let you know that literally right now you are defining, Cardinal Capricorn, the use, Capricorn, of your powers. Mars, like you are taking physical action. You literally had to go through the whole zodiac because this shit does not just happen in a day. We have seasons and cycles because there's a time and place for everything. And there's a way you have to process these events individually and then socially and then bring it all together. And so right now you're in the use. And so let me break that down, because what led to this, if we go back, was a whole Capricorn season. And so we have to acknowledge Venus retrograding. When you charge, and so the whole purpose of this, whenever we do Mars and Capricorn transit talks, we have to talk about sex. We have to talk about sex. So I'm not going to get PG-13. I'm not going to use any X-rated language. I really want to say maturely, this transit is going to change and transform the definition of how you have sex, because the causality between sex and what happens after, based on the alchemical exchange of your energies, will be more noticeable than it's ever been. For those of you who actually have a lot of sex, you already know what I'm saying. And for those of you who are too young to have sex, or for those of you who just are making willful decisions not to be having sex, you're going to be interfacing a new way to have intercourse with transpersonal realms. So like, you can literally imagine a scenario, an orgasm, or you could literally be so into the guitar you're playing, you have sex with the universe. Like, this is opening up a new door for intercourse. But listen. Maturely here, because especially Capricorn is mature. Okay, Mars in Capricorn is exalted in Capricorn because it's disciplined. Mars in Capricorn shows up every morning at 5 a.m. and pushes itself to go beyond what it did before, and it's not going to make fucking excuses. It's going to show up. It's going to do it every fucking time. It's the army commanding general, and it treats sex like that. It's very disciplined. This is the handcuffs behind the hands. I'm putting the blindfold over you, and I'm stretching your body enough to be just uncomfortable, but enough to show you that I'm the fucking dom. And that's it. This is not necessarily BDSM sex as much as it is dominance. And it's not about being sub or dominated. It's about stepping into your masculine dominance. This is so very important. This is the full power expressed sexually. So some of you are going to have sex and you're not even going to see it coming, because this is very key to activate your abilities. And I want you to see Venus is here in Pluto. That's what's going to make a lot of this taboo, especially people who have sex at a young age that probably are not supposed to societally. I'm not saying that it should or should not happen, but this is what makes a lot of this extreme. For those of you who are of age and ready to do this, just know that simple intent to do this. Listen, for example, you can have sex with like a Cancer sun and then you're emotionally aligned. You can have sex with like a Sagittarius or Aries sun and you have energy because your spirits have an energetic exchange. So a fire sign can have sex, and y'all know this already. I'm not saying anything you don't know. Like, a fire sign can have sex with the air sign, and the air spirit balances out the fire and the fire, right? But like the effects of that are going to be super noticeable now. It's not going to be like at a subtle level. It's going to be at a super level. This is now actually teaching you integrity. This is not the transit to be sleeping around. Does that make sense? Like, you're having to be very tactical and controlling with who and how you have sex, because now we're adding sustenance, right? And for those of you who feel like, oh, I don't even have sex, you will. Like, this is the thing. Like, you're integrating your power to where this is going to open. This is sexual liberation for everyone around the world. A lot of what kind of blocked people sexually is integrating a lot of trauma in their shadow. Well, we've had 2 years of shadow integration. So everyone worldwide, imagine a society where like now everyone can approach sex more healthy, and they don't have to lust after it. They don't have to beg for it. They can make healthy decisions, and everyone has options. Does that make sense? Like, there's a much more mature perspective and approach towards sex. This is going to change the game for you. I feel like a lot of you are not even going to have that pressure. Some people are so pressured, like, should I have sex? Should I have sex? Like, that's not even going to be pressure anymore. That's just going to be like, oh yeah, if we do, we do. Like, there's going to be a lot more Capricorn control with this. And this is going to literally open the door with Venus. Like, literally, consider that we have Mars and Venus. It's passion. This is literally stepping into a new Mars-Venus cycle at the end of the transit of taking this to the next level. And listen, Womb Connection said it. The key here is you're the prize. You're going to unlock the knowledge of the sexual supernatural properties of your power. Many of you already saw like this, but not forever. You're going to be like, wow, like if I have sex, like you're going to go from, oh yeah, if you have sex with me, I'll change your life, to be very careful, because if you have sex with me, I will change your life. Like, shit might fuck up for you. Like, just be careful. Like, if you're not powerful enough, like, y'all are going to approach it with a much more greater reverence. A lot of you are going to start to look at the causality, like, oh, that's why this happened, because I bonded my soul with someone who had Saturn on this, or maybe you don't even need astrology, right? Because you're just going to, it's like you didn't know. It's like you did not know, but it's going to be so much more noticeable. Okay, I feel like a lot of people watching, you've been like this. Like, Spirit has been training you to be like this, but like, it's the real deal now. Really, really, really important. Because this is going to make the basis of the type of soulmate connections you make, whose power sexually is compatible with yours. Okay, the reason why I have to talk about sexual reunions is that is the whole basis of Venus retrograding to meet Mars. And then they're both going to go into Pluto. A lot of you are going to step into significant unions that's going to transform both of your lives. I know this is true because some of you are already in those unions. Venus is going direct at the end of the week. And so you either know the significant partnerships you're about to enter, or they're literally coming in right now. Like, this is literally beep, beep, beep. And then Mars is moving forward with it. So the first thing I want to say is, as you can see, Venus coming here, I want you to think that this is building a car. Because I use the analogy of 2020, your car was in the shop. And the analogy I used initially was that it came out the shop 2020 and you beta tested it and you drove it. And then 2021 was when they installed new technology. But I used the whole notion that you could drive this car. I want to edit this analogy. Let's say that it took 2 years to fully build this car. Because 2020, when they built this prototype, it was for you to actually test it out. Yeah, use protection. It was for you to actually, experience this, beta test this metaverse. Now there's, based on that beta test, more programming that's been done. So I want you to think of a car. I want you to think that you are a vehicle. Your spirit is a Merkaba vehicle. And so your body is a vehicle. It's literal technology. And it runs off your heart and your brain. Your brain is a miracle that generates so much electricity. You have electricity shooting through your brain right now. There's so much electricity in your cells. The concept of drawing from that energy to heal other people and to manipulate energy is what you came here to do, to be a master manifester. So your ability to harness this like never before is taking you to another level, in the sense where, given the energy that's running through you, now that we have done this extensive work collectively and you've integrated so much, Venus is the heart part. Think of it like building a computer too. Your soul is the engine, right? Because your soul is what powers your body. The body, your physical vehicle and vessel, is the visible expression of the invisible nature of your soul. When you pass, you go back to soul world. Unless you're impure, then you're fine. Probably go to the underworld. But like, this is important because your spirit, when you turn a computer on, the electricity from the power core goes into the processor. It is from the processor that the data programmed in that processor on the monitor that you're probably watching this on your phone or computer turns on. And now the monitor allows you to see the data that was coded in the software from that. Let's break that down. Your body is the computer, your soul is the power core, and your spirit is the expression of what's within. But the processor is Mercury in your chart. It's your brain that processes all the information. So you've upgraded all of that. Jupiter literally expanded how much more you can tap into the collective. And this is where Venus coming in is the heart, right? If we kind of use the car analogy too, the heart that pumps blood, that came in through first, awakened. And then I want you to see how Mercury glazed through right quick. And let's just go like day by day. I want you to see how Mercury ascended with your spirit. The quality of what you experience is based on your brain's processing. So we see Mercury at this point now coming to be fully awakened. So now your brain processor, before it evolves in Pisces and gets updated with a firmware update, has now completely awakened. This Pluto is an awakening, is your car in the shop is completely like being renovated. Okay, that was the heart, now the mind, and now the spirit, right? This was the power source. All the planets revolve around the sun, right? So seeing that all the planets revolve around the sun, Capricorn season was the activation of your superpowers. It was the activation of your superpowers in the way that you have a brand new vehicle being built with new features. This motherfucker comes with new features, baby. You can fly it in the stars. You can teleport to different star systems. Your Ford Buick can do that. Like, this is the shit. This is the new age car. And so the sun here is literally the light. Thank you, heartfelt vibrations. The sun here is literally the light that is now taking this vehicle, because once you take a computer, once you take the components and you put all the parts in there, which is what you were doing, you were with your experiences and how you were integrating your trauma. Okay, this is what I want to develop my skills and abilities. All right, come through, sun. And this happens once a year. This came through and it literally shined light and energy. Okay, everything matters with compatibility, even the asteroids. And this gave power. This connected the power core source to the car, and this literally brought electricity to the engine. Why is this important? Because Mars, ladies and gentlemen, is in MF in Capricorn. And so this is where you turn the car on. Mars is literally the accelerator. And not only is it the accelerator, it's time to drive this bitch. It's time to drive this mofo, baby. It is time to drive this car. 12th house to Aquarius, where you're taking action as you're gaining knowledge. You're gaining knowledge through the experience. So you don't fully know what you're doing, but you're knowing by doing it. So listen, we're 1 degrees, baby. This is it. I have been talking about superpowers near the later half of my whole career, if not my whole career. The synchronism, if you know that everything that I'm saying regarding superpowers, shout out to Loving the D. I got the new fusion propulsion on this ship now. If you know that everything that I'm saying applies to you and you are fully aware of the superpowers that you're awakening, even if you don't know exactly what you are, but you know that you're awakening superpowers, please comment a fire sign emoji if you acknowledge the synchronization process that we have gone through.
Please comment a fire
Realistically,
sign emoji
if you have experienced the synchronization process of synchronicities, and please hit that like, that you have been experiencing that has gradually grown to a greater and greater quality, please comment the fire. This is so very important because this level of acknowledgement is going to facilitate the final part of this, and that's belief. It's belief. Some of you are going, the cage is open, but you have to walk out the cage. You're getting ready to walk away from limiting mindsets and beliefs that were a part of a or a compressed you, a pre-Saturn return you. Thank you, Cassandra Bruce. A pre-Saturn return you that may not necessarily have understood. Thank you, Lavelle. Your potential, which is beyond what you can imagine. And Neptune and Pisces is literally proving this for you. Every single one of you have literally accomplished the most incredible feats over the past 2 years. And so this is the revolution of the individual. We're in a unique spot where we don't have social context. So I feel like some of you need this healing. I don't want to patronize you, but many of you may have believed the hype around you and may not realize that you have manifested multiple times so much brilliance and genius. But with everything going on around in the world, no one has done or is doing what you're doing. So the success that you're bringing to people, they don't know how to recognize what you're doing, because especially if you're born after 85, everything that you're pioneering goes against the traditional framework of what success means and looks like. So like there are people who are supposed to react to you like you won a Nobel Peace Prize, but like what you're doing doesn't mean anything to them. It may even go against their beliefs. They may even demonize you for something that realistically they they don't need it. Like the way I'm saying it is, some of you don't have people to acknowledge what you're doing. And so you really feel like there's not that much value in what you're doing. And now you're charging dirt cheap for what you're doing. And you're wondering why you're not getting success. Okay. When really you need to just acknowledge that based on the accomplishments you've had the past 2 years, what you're doing is fucking revolutionary. Like it's beyond a Nobel Peace Prize. Like it's beyond accolades. Like you are pioneering the revolution of what success even means. But the level of badassery that you're doing, and listen, this is like the superhero generation. The old generation was the hero generation with noble ideals that lead forward through social activism. Y'all are the superhero generation. Y'all are literally like Peter Parker, right? Who people are like talking about you in essence, but they don't necessarily know it's you they're talking about. So a lot of you are literally like Peter Parker. Like people are just like, oh, you're a loser. But yo, did you see Spider-Man? Dude, Spider-Man is like the most awesome person ever. Yo, I love Spider-Man. Like, oh my God. Ew, get away, Peter. Like, that's you. Like, that's literally you. Like, people don't even recognize that who you are in essence is everything they ever wanted. And like, they don't realize the real work you're doing. That's not even the right analogy. I don't want to use that analogy because it sets too much of a duality. Shout out to Tom Holland. He's next gen. Pluto, Sag Moon, Gemini Sun, Ascended Angel. But here's the thing. I just found that out too. I was tripping. I was like, oh, if I knew this early, I would have been watching these movies. But listen. Other than that, I want to use that analogy just to speak of that, you know what I'm saying, essence, because that's what you're going through. Like the more divine aspects of yourself If people knew how much that was you, that's just proof they don't know who you are. But the real analogy that I want to use is you created the Java program language, right? Like you created Facebook and MySpace, but you're around people who've never used a computer a day in their life. And so they're clowning you like, ew, you're on the computer all day. Like you're a loser. Like you don't even do anything. But like they don't even know that you're about to be a corporate billionaire. They don't even know that you are innovating. What you're innovating is so crazy that every single person is going to use what you're doing, to the point where it's like they may think, oh, I'm not going to use it, but now they have a Facebook, or now they have a MySpace, or now they have a LinkedIn. Like they don't even know. That's you right now. That's you right now. Like think about it. Think about it. If you think about how all these things like Uber, I'm using like popular examples, but like you have already created that. You already are that. And you're dealing with people who don't know how to acknowledge your success because they don't even know what you do. If you were to ask them what you do, they don't really know. Like it's a foreign concept. It's including things that are so new or just so unique. You really, please, you really need to understand this, because in order to tap into Mars and Capricorn, the greatest part about Mars and Capricorn is it's going to trine Uranus and Taurus. So many of you are about to revolutionize your finances. You want to take advantage of this. This is going to be a short 2-month chapter where many of you can even exploit the financial systems in order to make bank. Okay, you might see something trending, hop on it, because after this leaves Pisces, they're going to regulate the shit out of it. Something like that. This is going to allow you to regulate and automate your income to a degree based on the actual work you do to set it up, that over this 5-month period, that trine of Uranus and Taurus is going to rapidly manifest and accelerate everything you're putting up to manifest. This is you hitting the gym and like coming into physical results in 3 days that you usually get in 4 months. This is supernatural energy. Okay, so that trine is so important. You have to fully embody who you are in essence. And like Jay-Z said, one of the GOATs, if not the GOAT, you can't listen to anybody, because what somebody, and it's more key now than ever, what worked for somebody else's life may not be for you. And what's meant for your life, someone else may not be able to perceive or see that, how it's possible. So this is where you're taking action to literally step into your greatest power. That's literally it. And this is why this is the final showdown, because Mars is going to, with Venus, hit Pluto. Mars and Venus hitting Pluto is like an interracial couple getting together and stepping up to the world and all of the blocks in their way to actually come together. Pluto is that old traditional shadow racism that's like their family and the other person's family may not necessarily like it, but Pluto and Venus are getting together and breaking through that. Boom. Then establishing that in Aquarius. So now that Mars is in, now let's talk about Mars in Capricorn. We can finally talk about the transit. The last thing I want to say about this, though, is, as you can see, Mars, my friends, is in Scorpio. Yo, the moon is in Scorpio? Yo, you bugging. The moon is in Scorpio right now. Oh, I got to do a magical moon message. Yo, the moon is in Scorpio, guys. Oh, my God. Dude, this is the wisdom of knowledge. No wonder. I was wondering why the channeling today has just been crazy. Yo, a lot is about to be revealed in like a few short hours. Okay, look. Oh, my God, this is crazy. Okay. So, like, I just want to make sure we're clear. Like, before I go into Mars and Capricorn, the reason why I brought back the generational conflicts is people born after 96. This is getting ready to set y'all off. Like, this is getting ready to the purpose of the end of this cycle is so that new generation can literally create the new world. The Saturn in, of course, Aries, Taurus, Gemini is them coming of age as the Pluto Aqua children are being born. Other words, the Saturn Sag and Saturn Scorpio people are having babies. And so, and so in that vein, oh my God, that is hilarious. Pluto Scorpio, Pluto Sag. And so in that vein, what this is doing is it's having you embody not only your greatest self, it's very subtle. I want you to think about this multiversally. And this is the Neptune Jupiter portal. Let's say the version of yourself that's going to get hit by a car in 5 minutes versus the version of yourself that somehow luckily lands a gig to your greatest job or greatest miracle in 3 minutes. The difference between both of those people is the frequency you're pitched in. So like the person who gets hit by a car in 5 minutes is Uranus and Taurus manifesting a frequency that's less than their greatest. And now they have bad posture. And now the thoughts and the feelings that they're feeling is literally guiding. This is the principle that guides everyone's life. It's literally guiding them into that accident versus you that is tuned into your future self and feeling that desire and you're tapped into your greatest self. And now you're making decisions where you don't even have to know what you're doing, but you're in that frequency. Boom, you manifested that miracle. The reason why I have to say it like this is now that Mars is in Capricorn, you must operate from your highest frequency. Pluto is here. It's life and death. It is so extreme right now that if you do not stay hard, like if you do not stay at your highest frequency, all right, which is the envisioning of this greatest satisfaction. And even if it's wrong, like even if you change it and adjust it, you just want to adapt with it. It's life and death. It's life and death. Like you have to stay vigilant always, but now more than ever, because this is literally you activating it as you take action from the state. And the way to do this is we just had Sagittarius season. So you have already manifested this highest vision. Every year you update this. So next Sagittarius season, we're going to see another highest vision and then we'll actualize at Capricorn. So relative to this, shout out to Frequency Revolution. This is you tapping into manifesting. Okay, I want you to see how you're adjusting your frequency. This is how powerful you are right now. You are adjusting your frequency, either to put out to the universe, oh my gosh, is that person going to text me back? Is that person going to text me back? Versus being the person that doesn't even need to worry if you get a text back. Oh my God, they just text you back. It is that minute, like it's a frequency. If you're Virgo, you're mastering this, but it's literally on that frequency level. Here is a Uranus and Taurus hack that you can do, Mars and Capricorn. God moves backwards in reverse, okay? This is why the nose moved backwards, right? But look reverse at what you're doing. And in fact, that was in that meme of the kid who was trying to run up, the ramp and he couldn't get it. And then his dad brought him to the side and he's like, look, just visualize yourself already reaching it and give it your all. That's what you want to do. And I feel like what I'm saying, y'all know better than I do. Basically, before you step into any scenario, literally see yourself in your high, like see the version of yourself that gets. See, I don't want you to do this to where you're manipulating and controlling results, but see the version of yourself that takes the action you want to take and then take that action. Does that make sense? Like if you're in a romantic relationship with somebody, be the version of yourself that they are the most satisfied by. Literally see what that looks like. And you did the Venus in retrograde hack. So you already know the qualities in yourself that are lovable. That's going to activate Venus in Capricorn. And so you're going to literally operate from that frequency. And this is going to hyper manifest this. Now, I want to be very careful. You're not doing this to manipulate them. Because if you do this to manipulate them, then you're going to step in your highest frequency, and then you're going to be like, they're not texting me back, or they're not doing what I want them to do. But that's not why you're doing what you do. You're doing that to stay in that frequency so that you can attract matches to those frequencies. But this is a hack you can do in order to actually align, thank you, Echo's expression, to this. So you're going to see it work instantly. Okay. So keep that in mind. Before I officially start this transit talk, I want to be clear that you are stepping into the use of your superpowers. You're going to legitimately be guided into this, and you moving forward with Capricorn every single degree, every single day coming into March 5th is going to feature you stepping more into your superpowers. This is going to be incredible. Right now, you're at the very top of the roller coaster. After Sagittarius season, you're ready to go down. Okay, so really, 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 really embrace this. If you know what your superpowers are, Venus and Mercury and the sun were giving you intellectual processing and understanding. Okay, this is what my superpower is. You are coming into awareness. You are seeing synchronicities and evidence, but Mars is you actually using it. It's the action of you actually using it. And because it's the first action, you are now defining the integrity of your character by the way you use your superpowers. Are you using, are you, are you using your superpowers to cheat people, to game people? Are you using your superpowers to treat people the way you want to be treated? This is everything that by the Pluto conjunction will expose or purify this intent. So this is why I'm saying you have to make sure you align with the integrity of these actions, because that's going to bring this out so much more. Okay? Now, we start this off with Aquarius season. The sun's going to go over Saturn. This is going to crystallize in another 6 days. In another 8 days of is it 8 days? Yeah. This is going to crystallize in another 8 days. Use your superpowers to hope your divine masculine wakes up. See, some of you ladies don't recognize that it's a gender role reversal. So your divine masculine is Sleeping Beauty. And like, and like you don't have to slay the dragon of his shadow, but like you might have to ride on top, and that will awaken your sleeping divine masculine beauty. Like a lot of because like that's the new wave. Like the new generation of divine feminines are like, no, we don't want to be rescued by the prince. We want to walk out of the whole damsel in distress thing, and we don't have to rescue people, but we don't need to be rescued. Like that's the new generation divine feminine. Like it's a total reversal of those concepts that were shoved before. But hold on. I am the divine masculine. Queen Dom gets it right. A lot of you. Oh my God, that is hilarious. But Ghost Ride the Whip. Oh my God. Yo, the comments is busting right now. Okay, so this is very important because you have the divine masculine and feminine within you, right? But the union of Mars and Venus is the union of this greatest divine feminine and masculine. And I want you to see how the start of this transit, okay, from January 25th, what do we see? We see Moon coming out of Scorpio and Sag. Boom. We have the direct motion of Venus with Mercury on Pluto. So the first part of this is the return of the lovers. Many of you are starting to feel, okay, a reunion. Like some of you are starting to feel closeness, or like you're about to get closer to your current partner, or you're about to establish a significant partnership, which doesn't have to be exclusively romantic, but most likely will. This is Three of Pentacles energy. So like you're literally teamworking this, and very significant partnerships are moving forward. Some for the first time. This is Return of the Mac, like an MFer. And it's very important because this is everything that the feminine has been retrograding. The feminine reawakened and transformed her heart's intent, because now the masculine is coming through, and they're going to have the most incredible sex of like all time. I'm sorry. They're going to have the most incredible union of a century. And so we want to know how Mars moving forward is going to prepare to move everything forward. Let's just be honest. I want you to comment an exclamation mark or a water drip emoji if you felt over the past week and a half things started to look like they were moving forward, but then they looked like they were going back. They looked like they were delayed. They looked like they weren't going anywhere. It almost looked like it was going back to what it was before it started. BRB. It doesn't have to exactly be like that. My bad. I was spitting so much hot fire. I had to relaunch. I had to refuel with the water. Appreciate you, Angeli. All right. Yep. Oh yeah. I was spitting too much hot fire. So like, whoo. I want to make sure we're clear here. I want to make sure this kind of resonates with everybody, because yeah, it can also resonate financially too. Okay, so financially, romantically, with your relationships, it's like coming into last month, you broke through to a new level of understanding. It's like, oh shit, like this is real. Like we can do it. Then the retrograde happened, and it literally uncovered old stuff. Like I thought I was over this. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like that ex came back that you thought you got over. And it's like, wait, I thought I got over these feelings. And then it's resolved. And now it's like a lot of you have fully had closure and resolved a lot more with that past energy. And now it looks like, well, I thought the new energy was working. It doesn't look like it's moving forward. It is moving forward. You are in the biggest deliberation process of a lifetime. Now Mars is getting ready to move this forward. So at the very end of the week, it's moving forward, baby. Not only is it moving forward, my friend, but it's putting you in a position to very powerfully, literally beast that. Because the retrograde needed to teach you where you were about to jump the gun. The retrograde needed to teach you where you were about to make the wrong decisions. And now that Mars is ready to move forward, let's just be real. Like, let's say you were ready to invest in something new last month, or you were ready to step into a new relationship. It was there, you were ready to go into it, but then the brakes got stepped. Maybe they started talking to someone else or their ex, right? Or maybe like the investment channel's delayed. And then you started to be, Pluto revealed a lot of stuff. Like, hey, I know you like this person, but this is something about them you should know. This is something about this investment you should know. This is something that about this situation you should be okay with. And now Mars is going to come through. So now you're going to move forward with it, but you're not going to have that initial zeal you did fresh off of Sagittarius. Like, I believe, baby. No. You're going to be like, okay, we can move forward. But it's like, okay, now I'm going to be more cautious. Now I'm not just going to leap into my heart. Now I've been exposed stuff about you. You've been exposed stuff about me that I'm going to know how to move a lot more carefully and properly. Okay. Thank you, y'all. This is so very important. This is so very important because this is what you've been waiting for. I want you to notice how, remember, there's literally nothing in Gemini to Sagittarius. And other than the moon that will go through like every 2 weeks, because by the way, end of the week, we're headed into the gauntlet. Oh, yeah. This is the awakening cycle of a lifetime. But really, though, so this is even cooler because as this moves forward, we're clearing an old social expectation as you step more into your greatest power, and manifest this unique individuality. We are officially in the portal that's going to lead us into the promised land and step us into a new Jupiter cycle. This is it, y'all. We're going to space. And we're hobnobbing with aliens. And hopefully they don't take over our civilization. But don't look up. The invasion is happening within. You walk amongst aliens. Some of you watching me are aliens. That's no cap. That's no cap at all. Actually, I'm pretty sure everybody comes from some ancient alien civilization from a different star seed. We're like, yeah. I wish that wasn't true. So, like, here's the thing. This is where we kick this off. The first decan of this transit, especially once the moon is new in Aquarius after the balsamic phase, is going to establish the feel and initial experience of using your superpowers. Wait. Thank God. Okay. February 7th. This is post new moon. We're going to come into the first quarter square where the new cycle of total knowledge of this individualization of your greatest self is now square Taurus. You're grounding the receptivity to how you physically manifest this through your five senses. This process is taking higher extra dimensional knowledge from the higher faculties that have you operate at your greatest self, and it is literally downloading it into your physical senses so that you can strengthen the physical nature of the power that at the end of this week, you'll literally be going in to establish. What does that mean? It means you're using superpowers for the first time ever, and you're literally orienting your physical senses to now using abilities, skills, and techniques at a higher level than anything you've ever done in your whole life. This is like literally learning a new programming language, and now you program different, so your programs look different. It's literally changing the game for you. It's like you don't drive the bus anymore. You drive a car. You don't ride the bus. So like the way you move around is different. You can do more. Like anything you can think of. This is also going to take stuff that you've been doing for years. If you've been a tarot reader, if you've been a physician, if you've been a structural engineer, it is taking those skills and now upgrading them to the God level. Now, I mean, you've done so many physicals on a patient, you can just eyeball that shit. You just know, oh, yeah, you probably have this, and this, don't you? And then if you did the physical, you would come with all the results that you would have. Like, you don't even need to do that anymore. Like, you're seasoned. Boom. You know exactly what to prescribe. Like, it's insane. And let me not talk like I know about medicine like that. But like, this is yes, you need to get hype. You need to get so hype right now because you're literally on the beginning of a train to another level. But this specifically is the sequence of you activating motherfucking superpowers. So every time that I was saying that you've been awakening superpowers, I meant so in a way where at the deep levels of your consciousness, you have awakened a synchronization process that is opening you up to the higher multi-dimensional layers and levels of your being. But now you're actually using it. Now you're actually taking action with it. Now you're stepping into the collective synchronization of what everybody is going through, but filtering through their own individual persona and consciousness. Ye are as gods, awakened human beings, filtering the brilliance of yourself through this physical vessel so you can show us your spirit And as people pick sides, this is really in context of the apocalypse, preparing us for Armageddon. Shout out to you angels who have been preparing for the judgment process. See, you air sign, a lot of you angels and celestials, you've been peeping. You've been peeping. The seals have been released. Like, you know, it's time for judgment. Okay. Like it's going out. So be very wary, because a lot of what's happening is definitely ready to fast track you for this last part of this cycle. And this is where everything past the second decan, the first decan is Saturn. So this is the element of the power core establishing, right? The actual power that, if the sun is the plug, right? Your computer or your phone has a power battery, but it plugs into a source. The source that it plugs into is actually the sun. Okay. And relative to that source, what that facilitates very iconically is a important level of providing energy to the device. The sun throughout Capricorn season did that for you. It charged your phone. And so Mars in Capricorn is turning on your phone, turning on your car. And this is where that first decan in Saturn is establishing the power to generate energy that has been charged throughout your whole body. And now Venus and Mars are going to travel into the second decan of Venus. This is why I've even proven Capricorn women are scrumptious. Y'all are incredibly like, oh my gosh, Sagittarius women, y'all have the audacity to be so sexy in that. And we have a problem. We're going to have to talk about this. Y'all just be slaying every day. And in Capricorn, y'all are just so incredible, but y'all the goats. I get it. Y'all the goats. Honestly, like every zodiac sign, woman, all women can get it. Let's just be real. All women can get it. But I'm just going to reference Capricorn because Venus is here. The second decan of Capricorn is the top model decan because it's sub-ruled by Venus. So like this is actualizing and crystallizing an incredible beauty that relative to Saturn literally producing and in the industrial field making a product, right? Let's say that it was making a toothbrush. The Saturn decan is actually creating the toothbrush shape, but the Venus decan is now polishing it. It's now giving form to that toothbrush. Let's say like this right here, or let's say like this right here. If you took out the decoration here, you would just have the steel. So the Saturn process is actually putting together the parts to make this. But the Venus process is now glossing over, putting the branding. This is literally now dressing your superpowers. This is literally like, okay, I know how to use this. Okay. And this is the most important part. The attacks on your self-esteem, everything about Aquarius is about being cool. It's not fake coolness, though. It's true coolness. So the shadow of this are too cool for school motherfuckers who are going to try and manipulate your self-esteem by acting like they're better than you, or acting like it's a very subtle, because there's a way certain people will talk to you that presupposes that they have the authority to share their opinions like that, or that they're cool. Like they're cool enough to feel like, oh, you're this, you're that. So be very careful, because the lower your self-esteem, the lower the output of your power. But the more that because you don't want to run from that negativity, you want to feed off of it, so that based off what you're being projected, it makes you more powerful by the way you respond. Okay. All you sun in Capricorns, you moon in Capricorns, you Capricorn risings, you're literally identifying with all this. So sun in Capricorns are aware of this reorganization and empowerment that's happening, which is really interesting. But just really keep that in mind. You're already going to have people come for you like that. And that's very important because you stepping into this power is, remember, very unique. So it's forcing them outside of what they're used to and what's normal, and they're weak bitches. So this is also, all of these converging in together. It just makes for a nasty fiasco that you don't even have to entertain, because this requires focus and not being distracted by the bullshit. Okay. And this is very, very important because personally, the second decan that's going to polish this is like using your superpowers, right? It's like you recognize that you can jump 50 feet in the air and you're testing. Remember, Saturn is all about testing. So this first decan of this is testing your superpowers. You're literally testing your limits. This is freaking incredible. You're literally taking out new superpowers and you're testing your limits. That means right now, today and tomorrow, with the moon in Scorpio, you're going to do your superpowers. You're going to come into the hidden wisdom of how it works. And then you're going to literally see it, moon in Sagittarius. But you're testing it. It's like, oh my God, I just literally had a telepathic conversation with somebody. And that's not even a super, like some of y'all been having telepathic conversations, right? But oh my gosh, there we go. A lot of y'all are going to do telekinesis today. Oh my God, I just did telekinesis. So you're going to test your limits. Like, how strong, how far can I move this with my mind? It's like, I can move this here. I can only get it to here, right? So you're going to practice it. You're going to practice it. And then the Venus subrulership is going to be like, okay, now you finessed it. It's like, okay, I know my limit is here. So I know within this range, I can do it like this. I can now light it on its own. Like, you're now polishing the talent of what you can do. Oh, I feel like I'm preaching. So like that first decan is literally defining your limits. And then the second decan is based on those limits, polishing what you can do in those limits. And then the third decan is Mercury. It's mastery. Once you have polished this, then you process it. You bring it in a code, you get ready to sell it. But in Mercury, now you have defined the style, right, of how you're going to use your superpower. And now Mercury is repetition, because this is a Virgo ruled Mercury. Repetition, practice, mastery, 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 mastery. Boom, baby. So barring on that, here's the second decan. It's grounding. Once we're getting ready to polish it. And listen, this is going, like, the evil nature of people is going to be triggered, and you're going to see a very evil part of stupid bitches, of evil people kind of literally awaken. Like, it's going to get primordial here. And if you remember that this is a spirit war, a vibrational war, you're not going to get perturbed. You're going to stay in your great power, and you're going to clap back. We clapping back, spirit to spirit. Okay, so Venus ruled Taurus is going to understand by the February 7th, you're literally grounding the understanding of the limits of the knowledge of your power. Why is this even more important? Where is the moon right now? The moon is in Scorpio right now. So you're literally bridging this wisdom of how to use your abilities and limits. And in another 2 weeks on the 7th, everything that you're unlocking the wisdom of is going to ground. So literally, the moon is in Scorpio now. If anyone wants to, shout out to Queen Dom. This is a ritual that you can do over and over. If anyone of you wants to do this again, and because y'all are gang, when we do the Aquarius season monthly invocation, because all of the membership is free, we can do another clapback ritual. How many of y'all want to do another clapback ritual? Because it's Aquarius season, or we can do Pisces, like the bounce back. So keep that in mind. This is so very important. That this is happening right now. This is happening right now. Oh my God, this is happening right now. Look, guys. So listen. You're literally uncovering wisdom of the knowledge of your higher being. So the next thing from here is the new moon. Okay. The moon in Aquarius is now taking that wisdom and synthesizing it into knowledge officially. Like, this is the official higher knowledge. And then a week from that is the moon in Taurus on Uranus, which radically grounds that higher knowledge, So it's like you read it in a book, but now you're physically feeling it, right? Like you're really coming from that higher knowledge to sensationally activating this. Moon in Gemini, experiencing this mentally. Okay. So the moon in Scorpio is so key because it's opposite Uranus. From the depths of your soul, oh my goddess, from the depths of your soul, it's definitely going to realistically activate innate electrical energy from your soul to start to harness deeper energy to literally source the power. It's going to come from pure energy Scorpio to power. So you're literally sourcing a pure energy to do what you're doing. You're coming into the intuitive wisdom. Literally, moon is about to trine Neptune. So as the moon is about to trine Neptune, you're coming into the intuitive wisdom and guidance of using your superpowers. By the time it comes into Sagittarius, you're going to literally now see the meaning of what you've done. So in another couple of days, you're going to be like, oh, I used my abilities. This is what I did. It's going to take you a couple of days to process because Mercury is coming out of Aquarius. And Mercury coming out of Aquarius is crystallizing the full understanding of your power. It's the processor that's allowing your soul to experience your abilities through your conscious awareness. Well, Mars is actually going to be defining those limits that will allow your mind to process this as you start to see what you've been doing at a higher level. And then the moon is going to literally go into Capricorn, and that's what's going to facilitate this direct understanding of your literal superpowers. So by the time it goes on Saturn, that's one thing, but then this is another thing. So now, once we go through the second decade, the moon is going to go from Gemini, Cancer, Leo, and it's conjuncting Venus. This is the most important part. Boom. The second decan is where Mars overtakes Venus. And this is so very important because once Venus gets into Aries, Venus is actually going to lead the pack. So we're going to see Mars and Venus do-si-doing each other, but Mars running through Mars passing Venus is going to definitively switch the assertion of how you're polishing these superpowers. And the moon going from Gemini to Libra, Venus ruled Libra, okay, is taking the individualization and manifestation of the limits you have defined in your polishing of these abilities to integrate socially towards others. So as you've defined the limits and you're understanding this, now you're taking that initial understanding. It's like, okay, how can I use this with other people? Oh my, literally, you're going to be like, oh my God, my friend's coming in. Hey, why did you steal my lighter? I didn't steal your lighter. Yes, you did. How did the lighter get in my bag? Like now you're learning how to use your powers to fuck with people. I mean, to actually integrate with your dealings with other people in your social world. Okay, that is actually crazy. Okay, so this is where that third decan, this is so very important because Mercury will have already gone direct by then. So Mercury going direct is finishing its processing of reevaluation. Why is Mercury retrograding? Because Mercury went into Aquarius. You didn't start using your superpowers yet. You came into the higher knowledge of what you're using, right? You knew that your superpower was flying, but then it went into Aquarius and you realize, oh, these are the altitudes I can fly at. So it's not that just I can fly this high. And if I fly outside this altitude, this condition comes in. Now I have to go back into Capricorn so I can update that in the way I think about it. Boom, Mars is moving forward. Now you're using your abilities. Now Mercury is back in Aquarius. And while you're using it, now you're returning to the knowledge of what you could fly. So it's like you understand more what you're doing. You know more Aquarius, what you're Capricorning. Cool. Because the moon now moving forward during the third decan of mastery is getting ready to awaken. And guess what? Moon's going to be back in a Scorpio. But this time we're going to be in Pisces season. So here's the deal. It's very significant that once we step into the final decan and we're getting ready to master this, now we're in Aquarius season. Now we're getting ready to actually fully experience the highest divine transcendent breakthrough beyond obsolete, because now Pisces season is going to take us into greater imagination. Now that we know the knowledge of what we can do, now you can innovate what you're doing by doing things you've never done before. Take your starship and get the fuck. Okay, so like this is so very important, because personally, what this actually facilitates is this whole nature of now coming into direct experience to take to the next level everything that you just started to use. This is now taking more of your imagination to imagine your solutions as the moon is transforming, ascending, returning back into Capricorn, and then fully awakening. So we need to see how this is coinciding with the new moon in Capricorn. By the time we get here, and let me kind of show that again because I didn't know it was just showing me. So by the time we get here, it's ascending in Sag. You're coming into an ascended perspective of how you're mastering your superpowers. You're integrating the knowledge in a balsamic phase where what you knew before is literally obsolete now because you got it like that. And boom, this is the full power awakening. This is the purpose of Mars in Capricorn. This is the final showdown. Seriously, this can literally be as simple as you're 300 pounds and you literally work your ass off. And now you're like 140 pounds and you literally are able to pass a fitness test that you weren't able to pass when you started. That it doesn't have to be as anything crazy exaggerated with superpowers, but it's superpowers. So there you go. And that's how we end the transit. This is at the apex at 29 degrees of full mastery with Venus. So by the time they both step forward in Aquarius and literally take this to another cosmic level where we're going to integrate the knowledge and network of this power we've used. In other words, after you master how to use your powers and now you know how to master this telepathy in a way where based on your limit, you can become a killer with it. Now it goes into Aquarius and you meet someone at this Comic-Con who has similar telepathy powers as you. And you're like, you can do that too? And I'm like, yeah, dude. And they're like, you should totally join our guild, bro. And I'm like, no way, you guys have a guild? And they're like, yeah, we can all do this shit too. And now you're in a guild of superheroes. Actually, that's also misleading because technically we're in Aquarius season right now. So that's we're literally here. Like you're literally meeting, but like this is where you've mastered your superpowers and now you're using it with other people whose powers integrate with yours. And now you're like a Rube Goldberg machine because your fire powers work with their air powers, which works with somebody else's powers. And like you're a guild now, you're a team and it's guild wars. Nah, chill. Okay. And that, my friends, is the transit. So I would say the key factors, the Chiron square is going to break through the vulnerability of assertion of masculinity that especially you women have had because you're not really allowed to be masculine without being demonized for it. And especially you men have had because you're not allowed to be masculine without being demonized for it. So, you know, it's kind of interesting, but this is going to realistically break you through any limitation you ever had in really expressing yourself. This is preparing for a hyper individualization process, which is the extension of what happened the past 2 years. But compared to 2020, when this started, you're so much more incredible now. Like you've seen the BS, you've literally survived a worldwide psyop that literally tried to kill you. And it's on and popping. It's revolution time. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this transit talk. I went in. Shout out to y'all. I think this is very incredible. We're at a precipice where we're all literally right now getting ready to use our abilities. So one of the major reflections here is the Chiron square that's going to help you understand the vulnerabilities you're healing to just, I feel like so many people, so many of y'all are like ashamed to be powerful. So many of you forgot how it sits to be comfortable in your greatness. Thank you, Queen Dom. Some of you are uncomfortable to sit in your greatness. It's almost as if you feel guilty. It's like an imposter syndrome. What is that thing called? There's a certain thing it's called where, like, you know what I'm saying? You kind of feel like something where everyone else dies, but you survived. It's like survivor's guilt. A lot of you have survivor's guilt. You made it up on the top of the mountain, and you're at the crux of your greatness. And other people whose light, they're uncomfortable with your shine, and this survival's guilt, it's like you feel uncomfortable being great, right? And this is going to heal that. You're going to be like, you know what, fuck that, I am the prize. You're going to allow people to work for your attention instead of just give it away, because there's nothing wrong with giving it away, but you're going to understand more the worth that you have, which is going to make you not just give it away. And the trine to Uranus is the key one here. This is what's going to make this so incredibly exciting. The trine, you want to think, is generating energy, and it's going to very rapidly accelerate exponentially the progress you get. The key here, though, is that sextile to Jupiter and Pisces, which will fluctuate things. And because we're in Aquarius season, you can literally, like, let's tie this to like crypto. You'll literally know with Aquarius when to pull out, when to pull back in, when to pull out, when to pull back in. So really keep that in mind. I am not a financial expert. I don't know anything about NFTs or crypto. So I'm not saying that that's what you should do, but I'm saying you're going to know. You're literally going to know. Okay. This is going to provide the foundation and framework. So this is going to lead to Mars in Aquarius, where you're going to integrate this and come into more knowledge as you're coming into a lot of experience. We're about to see the new Earth. Shout out to Saturn and Tauruses, especially with Pluto and Sagittarius, born like 99, 2000, the builders of the new Earth. Okay. Shout out to Saturn Aries, the sparkers of the new world and the concepts. Shout out to Saturn Gemini, 2000s, the thinkers of the new world. Okay. And shout out to all of y'all in the new gen. Shout out to all of y'all born in the 70s, 80s, 60s, 50s, 40s, 90s. Okay. We all in this beat. We all in here. And it's a new language. Okay. I just think it's amazing. I didn't really think to time it like this. I just did it on Tuesday because it's Mars Day, right? But it's so very important because personally, right now, and as soon as I end this broadcast, you're literally on the verge of breaking through into using your abilities. So we're going to do a ritual. What we're going to do is I want you to set the intention to use your superpowers. You already used them coming into here because you've had wild, incredible, gnarly synchronicities. But I want you to set the intention to consciously know that you're using them. Many of you watching this are already using them. So it's not like you're not using them, right? But I want you to set the intention collectively to use them. I want you to sit into the version of yourself that is using your abilities. And I want you to just set that intention. And once this broadcast ends, or once you leave this broadcast, use your abilities. Now, listen, once Mars comes over the sun and it goes through Aquarius, you will know what you're doing. As long as Mars is in the shadow of the sun in Aquarius, you're not going to fully know what you're doing while you're doing it. So don't be stuck with, how do I know what I'm doing? You don't have to know what you're doing. You're going to do it first, and then you're going to know what you did. And then you're going to do it first, and then you're going to know what you did. And eventually that's going to switch to where you will know what you're doing, and then you do it. So this is just kind of like riding a bike, right? You just have to keep riding it. So I want you to set that intention and let the moon in Scorpio guide you, because you're unlocking and uncovering wisdom through this. I would like to share that I have my discount sale still available. So if you go to my website at thepeacedealer.com, you can order, a transit forecast reading, or you can order a natal chart report. If you would like a transit forecast reading to see how you're going to be using your superpowers, maybe you're a Libra rising And this is your fourth house. So you're going to be understanding how the utilization of these abilities add to your artistry. You're going to be understanding the private influences of what ancestral power goes into digging into your roots. Maybe you're a Capricorn rising and you're the instrument of this collective power, or you're a Cancer sun or Cancer rising, and you're going to be using your superpowers directly towards others because you're in the middle of a psychic war, okay? Or you're a Leo rising, okay? And you're going to use your superpowers to integrate a brand new lifestyle. If you would like to know where this is playing out, then type in Final Showdown in the notes when you order the transit forecast, and I got you, okay? If you would like to just know your abilities based on your natal chart, I recommend getting the natal chart or the progress chart reading. And other than that, I'm going to pull a tarot card per zodiac sign to give you an insight of what ability you're mastering. It's going to be unique individually, but like what the lesson is for you. Okay. And then I'm going to get into the live readings. So for any of you that want live readings, here's the ticker below, link in the description box below. Okay. The last thing that I want to say personally is, first of all, congratulations. This is a very pivotal period. Thank you, Rashida. Thank you, Jorenda. I got y'all first. This is a very pivotal period that we're going through because collectively, all around the world, everybody all around the world is getting ready to use superpowers. And now, based on the integrity of their actions, they're choosing sides. They're choosing the dark or they're choosing the light, or they're balancing yin and yang. But this is the integrity to see whether you're going to, whether you're actually going to be true to yourself through this or not. Chat is super lit, okay? So keep that in mind. The reflections I want to say here is with Neptune, the moon in Scorpio trining Neptune right now is going to key you in to the inner wisdom to unlock through the South Node the energy to fuel the superpower. So you're going to understand the wisdom of what you're using, and then it's going to go into Sagittarius, and you're going to see what you're doing. It's going to be so badass. So yeah, I want to say so much more, but we're going to end this here. I hope you're excited to use these abilities. Well, you're going to use the power. When it goes into Pisces season, the power that you learn to use, you're going to learn how to turn them into abilities. So you're going to learn how to use the telekinesis, but once it goes into Pisces season, the mastery is, okay, I can use this ability with the telekinesis, or I can use I can use telekinesis to light my lighter no jutsu, right? You're now actually functionally, practically doing abilities, which is lit. Okay, Paula, I got you. I'm going to do it in the order received. So Rashida, Jorenda, and then Paula, I got you. Colby, the Three of Swords is this ghost type Pokemon, and I have no idea who it is. This dark ghost type or whatever. All right. So Aries. The lesson: Aries, Aries rising, Aries moon, Aries Venus, progressed Aries sun, progressed sixth house Aries, natal fifth house Aries. The Mars and Capricorn lesson for you is the fucking world, baby. Pika motherfucking Pikachu, okay? The Five of Worlds is like rags to riches. It's like you're coming out of this despondency or struggle and lack, and you're stepping into the best motherfucking Pokemon in all of the series. Pika, Pika. Okay, no, but for real, this is completion. Aries, this is your 10th house. You're literally establishing the top of the level success and actions that's going to really facilitate this full mastery, completion, and next level of this, okay? I don't know how to do Borat voice. It just ends up sounding retarded. I'm sorry. If I do Borat, it has to be right. You feel me? But I'm going to have to practice it. Very nice. Very nice. Now we can have sex. Okay. So Taurus. Ooh, we got some thirsty MFers. We got the Knight of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, Taurus. Maybe if people are gonna spit game, make them work for it. But no. Knight of Cups is talking about you opening up so much more passion. The lesson of blue flame, the world love, like the world card applies to everything. Applies to everything. Career, love, like all of this applies to everything. So Taurus, the Ace of Cups. So we got the Knight of Cups for you, Taurus. I don't know how the Ace of Cups came here. I kind of shuffled it a bit, but this is saying that Tauruses, you're going to develop your artistic ability. You're going to find ways to really communicate more with your heart instead of just strictly mentally and through with your body. And I feel like this could also be a very romantic friend or influence that will kind of help and be your muse. So it's kind of subtle, but especially with that Ace of Cups, this could be like a new cycle of love or new feelings. And Gemini, we have you, the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is you literally sharpening your intellectual capacity, and it's leaping into the utilization of your abilities. So this is you literally trusting your instincts and rushing to the right conclusions. And because this is an affinity card, this is affinity card for you. This is you stepping into your true magic and expressing this very brilliantly. So you're going to really be more in your element than ever. And this is literally just pushing you to use that intellect to break through and be that messenger and leap into it. So Cancer, we do have Snorlax. So, oh my God. So Temperance is saying that you're going to be weaving the realm of the non-material with the material. Your superpower is literally going to be bringing stuff out of nothingness into reality and mainly balancing everything that you feel. Cancer moons, especially Cancer risings, this is you balancing. You're going to use your superpowers to balance your life. So let me kind of rephrase it like that. Aries, you're going to use your superpowers to get everything you ever wanted in the world. Love, career, okay? Taurus, you're going to use your superpowers to spit that game. You're going to be using your super charm powers to be like, hey, mademoiselle, what's good? And Taurus, people are just going to be catching feelings around you. Gemini, you're going to use your superpowers and you're going to lead the cavalry and truth blast these motherfuckers. You're going to be like, here's the truth. You're just going to be like everything that you needed to do. You're just going to leap in to do it. Okay. Cancer, you're going to balance your whole lifestyle with your superpowers. You're going to like overcome stuff that you personally were stuck doing, and you're going to do less of stuff you're doing too much of. But don't sleep on Temperance, because especially with superpowers, this is a Sagittarius, like it's a very significant. It's you literally coming into a yin yang fusion of your dark and light to integrate aspects of your abilities you didn't really use because you suppressed, and you're going to free more. So Leo, we have the devil. I'm so sorry. I don't even know what to say. Okay, so looks like you're having sex with your power. No, I'm just joking. Leo, this looks like, okay, this could be confronting the final boss of toxicity. But Leo, why do I feel like you finna be the devil? Like you just gonna be super tempting. You just gonna be like, you're like Leo woman is just gonna. I feel like this is about to be all Leo woman, right? Next to their crush. Oh. Hey. Oh, let me pick it up again. Oh, hold on. Yeah. Oh, oops. Why do I feel like that's about to be Leo? Why do I feel like that's about to be Leo, yo? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand what y'all is on, okay? But like, clearly they choosing the dark side. Clearly they choosing the dark side. Right? It is what it is. No, we sending the mission back to hell. Yo, Leo, chill, Leo. I already see it. Y'all about to be like, oh, can you help me? Like, nah, chill, Leo. So like, I don't understand. This could even be you're gonna use your superpowers to vanquish the devil. You're just gonna go through the main op and just like completely put your shadow in check. Yo, Leo, you need to chill. I know it's about to be the first one though. Like y'all, oh my God, Leo woke up and chose violence. Like y'all need to chill. Y'all about to home wreck relationships too. Like chill. So Virgo, we have the King of Swords. This is the Scyther. This is the higher octave of Gemini. So basically, you're going to use your superpowers to step into the top of your field. You're just going to be killing shit. You're just going to be the expert. You're not even just going to be, you're going to step into that expert consciousness. This is going to be you operating at such a high faculty. These could also be people who you also meet too. Oh my God, that is insane. And then, yeah, so congratulations, Virgo. It's also objectivity. You want to remain objective because you're going to be channeling a lot of energy. So Libra, we have the 7 of Cups. You're just going to be high as hell. You're just going to be high as hell and just chilling. You're not even going to be here for real. Like, you're just going to be on autopilot. Like, Libra, yeah, whatever. And Libra can be on autopilot. Libra can be on autopilot so well, you'll think they're so attentive. They'll be like, yeah, what's up? How you doing? No. The whole time, these niggas is on autopilot. Just like in a whole nother world. Just like, I wonder what I'm going to have for coffee next week. Like, nah, Libra, y'all are just like, I don't know. This is also 7 of Cups. So it's also you creatively visualizing your reality like in another dimension. But people think that you're just meditating. Like you're literally like dream crafting the reality you're about to step into. But I don't know. I feel like for a lot of you, this is debauchery, escapism, just kind of escaping on the internet, doing a lot of drugs. And I feel like you're just not going to be here. Like it's so interesting because this is tied to your superpowers. So you're going to step in the realm of altered states of consciousness, especially with all the 6th house Pisces energy. So you're going to literally sober probably start to see glitches in the matrix and stuff like that. So, but a lot of y'all about to be just high functioning drug addicts. Like, I'm just be real. I feel like that's y'all already. Like, you either take Adderall, coffee, cocaine, because y'all live such busy lives. Like, I don't know. I feel like you're just gonna, I don't know. Hopefully you won't be weekend numb. But Scorpio, we have the Hierophant. You got the South Node in your sign. This is going to really unlock a lot of knowledge. So you're going to use these superpowers to NLE chakra yourself. I hate to use that. I'm not making fun of NLE chakra, but I really do respect NLE chakra's awakening somewhat into spirituality because he's new generation. So like when he was telling y'all that he was controlling the weather, he was not lying. Like he has Uranus and Aquarius. That's like weather kinesis, like especially as he's a Scorpio sun with that. So best believe like Scorpios can do that. Scorpios can get really angry and they'll start clouding. Like it's some real shit. So like I'm saying NLE chakra because he started to teach a lot of information. He started to teach about chakras. He started to teach about, eating healthier. That's the Hierophant. Y'all about to turn into NLE chakra. And that was a very authentic awakening. Okay. And he was spitting knowledge. So, like, this is what your superpowers are going to unlock your wisdom. And y'all about to be the gurus, 7th house Taurus. Like, people are going to be coming to you for so much more. He said, why am I exposing Libra's secrets? Okay, Shannon. Yo, daylight. Okay. So, Storm was a Scorpio. There we go. So, Sagittarius, the gods. Is this a Pidgey? We got the 6 of Swords. Long distance dating. No, I was joking. Problem solving. You're going to use your abilities to problem solve. This isn't really like you because y'all will tell someone off and then be like, you're welcome. I told you the truth. But like, I feel like y'all are going to like problem solve arguments that have happened. You're just going to kind of like clean it up. People you might have told off, like you're going to somehow mend that. But the 6 of Swords is like, not to say that you're incapable of that, but you just don't be giving a fuck, and I understand. But it's just like 6 of Swords is, I think, telepathic too. You're going to be moving forward into a positive future. Psychologically distancing yourself from the BS. And moving forward communication, because this is Mercury in Aquarius, and Mercury is going to be in Aquarius. So I feel like important information is going to be connected through you. You're going to be showing the way. But I just see this as you telepathically fucking with people and having so much fun. It actually engineers their minds to like think better, which is just unfair at this point. I hate how magical y'all are. I mean, I don't, but I do. So we have the Queen of Swords. Capricorn, this is the trine of Virgo. This is you using your superpowers to operate at the highest intellectual capacity. You're not playing around, you're super professional, and you're super focused on your independent projects. So this is definitely going to kind of be an octave of Virgo at the top of their field. You're going to be slicing people with your sword. Like your tongue in and out of bed is going to be sharp. I think I tried to be funny there. Aquarius. Hey, we have strength. This is it. This is self-explanatory. Superpowers. This is it. I literally saw a video of an Aquarius today hitting the weight, the body bag. And just think David Goggins. If you want to see what I mean, Aquarius, go to David Goggins' Instagram. He's probably going to remind you why you don't stay hard enough and you need to stay hard and not be a bitch. Okay, so here's the strength card is you kind of stepping into your highest strength and probably leveling up with that too. You're going to literally move mountains. So, but not by faith. You're probably going to lift that motherfucker up. So Pisces, probably would take faith. We have the Knight of Pentacles. You gonna get your money up. Psych, we got the Tower, bitch. No, I'm joking. We have the Knight of Pentacles. You're gonna get your money up. You're gonna stabilize your resources. Knight of Pentacles could even be Virgo. Could be a Virgo partner to stabilize a lot. This is gonna be you kind of securing that bag. Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm gonna pull one more card for everybody. And then I'm going to get into the live readings. Whoa. Oh. Hey, we have the Sun. This is it. This is it, y'all. The Sun card. This Mars in Capricorn transit is going to fill you with more happiness than you've ever had. And the reason why you're going to step into happiness and success is because you're using the completed version of your abilities. So not only are you using your complete superpowers, but like everything you're using is the culmination of everything you have learned for 12 to 20 years. Like everything you have learned was a part of a piece of a puzzle to where it's all coming together and you're going to move so unified as your highest self. Okay. Shout out to Hard Work 24/7. Shout out to all you Pisces too. Shout out to all of you. Okay. I want you to really understand the promise of the Sun. Your happiness is here. And each degree you step into your power, you're going to step more and more into happiness because you're stepping into more of your own self-defined success. Yes. Seriously, that is so dope. Okay, so now we're going to do the live readings. Thank you for joining us. We're going to start with Rashida, spiritual message for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Leo rising. Woo! So Aquarian essence, no probs. Just Jai, thank you. All right, so what spiritual messages do we have? We have Mewtwo, the strongest Pokemon, the 10 of Wands, and we have the Hanged Man. So the spiritual message here is you need to surrender the burdens you have. And this just came in really quick because your rising is Leo rising. So you're going through a 7th house transit. You're literally getting ready to transform and evolve. You're ascending with the ninth house Aries transit. So right now, and please let me know if this resonates, you're busy with stuff right now that's about to be obsolete, right? And the hangman is saying you need to surrender. I feel like you're burdened with a lot of stuff you have to do, but the hangman is saying you need to surrender because, like, let's say you have 10 things you need to do, 6 of those things you don't need to do because they're not going to really mean anything. It's like 6 of those wands is you working your ass off in order to make a certain amount of money, but you're about to win an inheritance or the lottery. Not saying that you're waiting on luck, but something is going to happen to where now you don't need to work those jobs because you already got something that kind of overcame that. So this is saying that you have to really just have faith and surrender what you really don't have to do. Okay, it's kind of letting you know that the burden you have currently is going to need to be released. And you're not, it's also a consequence of success. So your personality is transforming with this extra success that you've come into and are coming into. Okay, so I hope that resonates. Other than that, so next we have Jerenda William Jones. Thank you, Rasiki. So we have the Three of Swords. Thank you, Mary Jane. The Three of Wands and the Knight of Swords. So this is speaking of sacrifices that are being made in order for you to accomplish your long-term plans. All right. And the Knight of Swords is you leaping towards it. So Three of Wands is like, okay, we're going to do this on Monday. We're going to go get these t-shirts printed on Tuesday. And then Wednesday is we're going to do all this. And the Knight of Swords is you literally just leap into doing it with all the intelligence to multitask. So this is very important as it's speaking to the entrepreneurship and enterprising nature of how you're going to leap forward intelligently. But the Three of Swords is the first card. You're going to be making important sacrifices that will clear the way for you to make these plans. So sacrifice first, plan, and then Knight of Swords, you leap into it. Wow. Okay. So next we have, of course, Paula Sama. So Paula, La Poderosa, how to best step into this new creative project with a group of creative masculines. Got you. Just be yourself any way that you want to. Oops, this came out. King of Pentacles. Unlock the boss and make sure, thank you, and make sure you operate at your highest value. Like when you do this creative project, what's your biggest asking price? Like if you had to sell your services, what would be the most valuable you do it? The King of Pentacles would put the highest price that they know they're worth. But anyway, we have the Hierophant Taurus, like the King of Pentacles, Justice, and also Nine of Wands. So yeah, Nine of Wands is saying to protect your boundaries. Justice and Hierophant is saying, even though it's a fun, creative project, you want to make sure that everyone's on the same page. So the Hierophant is you need to establish some ground rules. Like, how are you going to do this by the book? Ooh, Rayquaza is Judgment. This is my favorite card. How are you going to do this by the book? Next to Pikachu. What are the ground rules? Like, this is saying in order to best step into this, don't cut corners, which you weren't going to do, but you definitely want to abide by the standard of how things work, as well as Justice, hold everyone accountable to an agreement. What are some rules that all of you will agree on? And the Nine of Wands that we got is just kind of being defensive and not being too trustworthy. Because the Nine of Wands is making sure to protect your boundaries and to use your experience. and to really handle any chaotic experiences, because this is actually saying this is going to be very successful, but make sure those bases are covered and you're going to be Gucci. Okay. Kaylee, Cap Rising Moon. Paul, I hope that was helpful for you. I hope that resonated. Okay. So, Kaylee, find agreement and common ground. That's just going to help things flow so much more smoothly. We have the Ace of Swords. Ooh, and this comes with a Chariot. So, Kaylee, you're going to step into the best epiphany in your life. It's going to be the crystallization of all the thoughts you've had. It's just going to be, boom, a wake-up call, like a new idea. And this new idea is going to make sense of everything you have to do, and you're going to step directly into victory. Okay, this Ace of Swords is going to be a new truth that enables you to speak more confidently because you know more what's going on. So, Lisbeth, Libra Sun. That's awesome. Shout out to you, Paulo. And yes, keep us posted. Okay, so we have the Lovers and also the Ten of Wands. So it looks like you're stepping into a shared responsibility. We know that you have your moon and rising in Gemini. So the South Node just went through your seventh, and the sixth house is unlocking this change of consciousness as far as your behavior. So we have the Lovers card here. Ten of Wands is, as long as neither of you are like one, you want to make sure one person isn't doing all the work, but there's a shared responsibility that this choice of love is going to do. This is also your passions. So this is also developing a desire to be a singer, but the Ten of Wands is the independent work it'll take to be a successful singer. So that's kind of like, but if this isn't a case of something romantic, this is definitely speaking of having this passion, but kind of sharing a responsibility karmically. So this could be like a karmic partnership that's forming. Will I pass my audit? What does the universe want me to know? Alexandra, let's get it. Will I pass my audit? Thank you, Ajani, for the super sticker. So the universe wants you to know we got the Queen of Wands and we have the Eight of Wands. So this suggests yes, and things are going to move by lightning quick. The Eight of Wands are the arrows of love. So this is like falling in love instantly, very fast. And the Queen of Wands is success in business. So this lets me know you're going to pass your audit. I think it's going to bring you a lot of excitement. And I think after the audit is passed, be prepared because things are going to break through lightning quick. All right, there's going to be a lot of messages you'll probably have to process too. So the universe wants you to know, prepare for amazing breakthrough. Kiara, for is it safe to do what I'm thinking? Let's see. Is it safe to do what I'm thinking? Oh. If it involves the King of Pentacles, make sure they don't break your heart. This is interesting. I mean, I don't want to be so quick to say no because I don't know the context of it, but the first thing I got was probably no. But see, this is the thing. If what you're doing is to sacrifice something, then it probably would be safe. But basically, Three of Swords suggests that whatever you're about to do is going to lead to the Three of Swords. Like that looks like that might be it. Definitely no. Okay. It's just I'm curious. Like maybe it could be. I don't know if it's, but if it's involving opening your heart, I guess that's the result. So 3 card pull for Kellen. Sun Taurus, Aries rising. Okay, second house. You a boss. You a boss. That's what's up. You a cosmic boss. I love that. Cosmic queen. Nice. Cosmic natural queen. Oh, hey, bomb toast. Okay, so Lish, so for the cards, the minimum is $20. So for anyone who does want a card, just making sure we're clear. Oh, there we go. There we go. I got you, bomb toast. No worries. And bomb toast, I pulled the sun card for everyone. So the universe wants you to know this transit is going to step you into so much happiness. And you're going to come into a lot of success, but happiness with the sun is like expression of your soul and spirit. So Kellen Fairbanks. So Kellen, we got the 2 of Pentacles, which is productivity. We got the 7 of Wands, which is perseverance and persistence. And we got the 5 of Wands. So the 5 of Wands is talking about you being in a competitive situation. 2 of Pentacles and the 7 of Wands is whatever you're like, if you're getting a business off the ground, or if you're hands-on in your approach to manifest or invest in new income streams. 7 of Wands is saying to stand your ground, because you might have people trying to deter you from doing what you're doing. You might have people trying to distract you. You might also have to be persistent to keep doing it, because the 5 of Wands is the competition is going to help you stand out, but you're going to be in a competitive situation where you need to stand out by just standing your ground. Okay. And it's very chaotic, but this type of energy is going to break you through. It's especially what a new 2 of Pentacles, energy needs. So I really hope that applies to you. I hope, that resonates with you. Rebecca White. Rebecca White, we have the 10 of Pentacles. Cha-ching! You see that legendary Pokemon? Raikou, I think. And we also have the 6 of Pentacles. Oh, shit. You might start a nonprofit organization. This is talking about money. This is talking about so much money, investments, and inheritances. You might step into philanthropy and actually like share some of this money. This could also be you getting the grant and loan of a lifetime. So yeah, this is stacks. Okay. Jessica Martinez, a message for my highest good in regards to the dragon. Let's get it. I saw a DMT dragon the other day. I don't know if it's a thing people see, but whew. Thank you, Anna. So we got the Ace of Swords. Yes, victory. This is talking about the sword to slay the dragon, or the dragon in giving you so much. Shout out to my Indian wife. Shout out to my wifey, Kamal. Okay, from India. Holla. And I got you, Kamal. So the Ace of Swords is talking about a brand new idea. I see this as victory for you. Okay, maybe I feel like you might get wisdom from this dragon. We have the 3 of Cups, new friendships, and the Lovers. Okay, you know what, Jessica? You're gonna have like a friend is gonna become a lover. Like you might be just friends with someone right now, right? Or you might be kind of connecting with somebody, and you're about to have that conversation that just makes you realize, oh my gosh, we're soulmates. Like, oh my gosh, you're the one. And I feel like it could either be casual for you, where it's like both of you kind of knew each other, but do you have a conversation, and an Ace of Cards like fully opens everything up, and it's like, oh shit, like you're way cooler. Like, I like you and you like me, right? So, and you made, in the Three of Cups is, you could just be talking about what you both like. And then you realize that this friendship connection, there's something here. Okay. So it could either be with something new, or this could be opening up a new passion that you connect very creatively with. So that's awesome. I really like that. So next we have Rachel. Can I trust my ex who seems to be coming back? Okay, so can you trust your ex? Yes or no? But the Venus retrograde is going to test whether to get back with them. If the Venus retrograde is bringing back an ex, it's for closure. It's to rediscover what didn't work out before and what is going to actually enable you to like overcome that. So, can you trust him? It will really depend on if he has integrity. Whoever's coming back, you need to test that integrity. But we have the Magician. Okay, it doesn't. Yes, it looks like you can. Your ex is going to look like the one. Like, everything that you loved about your ex that made you like him in the first place is going to revisit. That doesn't mean you should get back with him, but it doesn't mean that you shouldn't not get back with him either. So this is just saying, because hopefully it's not Magician reversed and he finesses the shit out of you, but the Magician would suggest yes. He may even have come back renewed. Like, maybe this needed to happen so that through that space that can kind of come through. So that's really interesting. So Kamal, we got the sun for everybody. Thank you, Kaylee. We got the Two of Wands for you. You got the world in your hands and the star. So come on. This is you stepping into your stardom. And this is you recognizing that you have options. So, like, you don't have to let producers or artists kind of make you feel like, well, if you don't do what I'm doing, then you're going to miss out. You're going to step, like, Jupiter is evolving your sun. This Jupiter in Pisces is going to step you into the next level of success and your dreams coming true. So the Two of Wands is you like, okay, what am I going to do with this newfound success? Like, how am I going to really take advantage of my options? So that's amazing. Okay. Y'all stay blessed as always. That was a really epic stream. That was a W stream right there. All right, Sagittarius Sun, Taurus Moon, Cancer Rising. Rasika, thank you so much. Make sure we manifest those legends. And shout out to you, Kabal. Okay, we have the Lovers. Dreaming with Tess, Cancer Rising. You have literally Venus retrograding in your seventh, with Mars is bringing you in a brand new lovers relationship. Go and claim it. Go and claim it, my friend. And it's bringing money. So that's beautiful. The High Priestess, you have a spiritual psychic connection. So do you have a spiritual connection with somebody? Psychically, this is like a psychic love connection. Okay, if you don't, you're about to establish this, and I know this is true because all Cancer risings are stepping into significant partnerships. Woo! What a way to end that. That was beautiful. Okay, y'all stay blessed as always, and until next time.